All right. We are live.
What's going on, guys?
What's going on? Did y'all see episode 2, by the way?
There was a Game of Thrones episode on tonight?
There was. Game of Thrones was on tonight. Season 7's back. It started last week.
Oh, we damn.
So, yeah, let's see what we got going on here. Sorry we're running a little bit behind. We were like 5 minutes behind on the episode. So we want to make sure we call it the end. Let's see. Everybody hear us okay? Everybody hear us
Hope
good?
so.
Lala says it was boring.
No, don't say that.
I just saw boring. It's flew
yeah.
by. We already got like 1371 viewers here. 1400 and something. Pretty damn cool. All right, let's see what we got. Before we get started, Shri, Clock 520, Barbara, Chetty, Mira, Josh, Tiz, Mr. E, Nick Klein, hello. Kate, Damian, Perez, Fem, Jamar, Colby, there's Jay Scar.
What's up, Jay Scar and Carol Brown?
Carol Brown up in here. Fuck Theon.
I saw
just
that.
saw that. There's Michelle. Hey, Michelle. Let's see. Damn, this is insane. I'm going to have to literally pause it here to even see people. Doc Holiday. What's up, Doc? Steve Kazis.
Deborah Breedlove.
Anakin girl, I guess. That what it says? Darren Wallace. What's up, Darren? Wildfire. Let's get it back live here. It is flying by. I already have over 1,500 viewers.
Heck, yeah,
Outstanding,
man.
outstanding. So, anyway, I think tonight, guys, what we'll do is we'll kind of go through, instead of just jumping straight into questions immediately, we'll go through like kind of each scene and just kind of talk about it a little bit and take a couple questions from there and then get through the whole thing and then kind of go questions at the end.
Yeah, go hog wild.
Just go wild. Trish, Valor Magulis, Abel, BLW, hello, Gambit, Bird, Peach, there's Peach, Labdog, Josh, Jamar, Nick, Angel, JD, Fan, ARC. Damn, there's a lot of people coming up in here.
You got that right.
A lot of people. Let me fix something.
A lot of
real
people
quick.
who
It's
have
bugging me.
something to say. Boy, they're excited about this episode.
Yeah, so what did you guys think? And James, what did you think overall about the episode? Overall,
I liked it. It's tying up loose ends like
It
crazy.
is. It's really moving quick. A lot of times passing within these episodes, and I think it was the first time, if I'm not mistaken, that Jon said Dany's name, and Dany said
Yes.
Jon's name. So it's kind of cool to see that.
It really
We got to
was.
see some highlights. We got to see Nymeria,
Yes.
but Nymeria walked off like. Yeah, I don't think they'll let that go though. I think we'll see Nymeria again.
Yeah.
And at least they showed the wolf pack, at least some of it.
Yeah, so it does exist. It is going to be in the show.
Yes.
And it's just, man, you know me and how I'm scared of dogs. That was pretty intense, man.
I just saw something go by as far as the Nymeria thing saying that's not her. Yes, Carol, thank you, Carol, reminding me. We hit 47,000 subscribers today, so thank you guys so much. So be sure to subscribe and click that damn notification bell. Otherwise, you won't get notified. So anybody new here, welcome to Smokescreen. We do this every Sunday, 10:30, right after the show.
And you're welcome to hang
And
out.
then typical throughout the week, I'll do a preview video for the following episode 3 in this case this week, and then a more in-depth review video, and whatever else pops up, special about the episode. Like last week, it was the wall thing, the water, the waves are frozen remark by the Hound that was taken out
Yes.
of the vision. So. Anyway, welcome anybody new to the channel. Anyway, let's see what we got. We started off with Dany.
Yes.
I really love that she finally met Varys, like actually talked to him. And I knew that was going to be an interesting conversation. She was like grilling him on what he's done about the assassination attempt.
Yes.
All that good stuff. And then finally he was like, look, I did what I did to survive, but I wish he would have said, look, I also stopped that assassination.
Yeah.
Because he sent that to Jorah. He knew it was coming.
He's played such a pivotal role in her getting where she's at.
Exactly. But she did have a point about, you believed in my crazy ass brother. If he was here, would you be supporting him? So if you don't like somebody, you can just your loyalties can change.
Right.
But so that was an interesting dynamic there. So it was kind of cool at the end where he said, if you want blind loyalty, you can go ahead and kill me now.
Yeah.
That was cool.
He
that was
stood his
ballsy,
ground.
and she respected that.
Yes.
She absolutely respected that. Euron also, we'll get to that more in depth in a little bit, but Euron this episode showed the psychopath Euron at the end.
Wow.
Absolutely insane. He loves killing people. He's got a smile on his face while doing it.
Yeah. From the moment he entered, come down on that thing, I mean, he was smiling.
Yeah,
He's ready.
The whole damn time. So I'm really digging this Euron character. So really quick, I guess, I saw some chats come in already, I think. Let me go to the right page here. I'm not even on the right page as far as super chats go. Sorry, guys. I thought it was on the right page. Let me jump. I saw a couple pop in here, so I don't want to miss you guys. Let me get that to my little control panel here.
A couple scenes tonight, and we'll get into it as this chat progresses, but a couple scenes got me a little misty-eyed tonight. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, the poor Grey Worm.
That's the one that got me the most.
Poor Grey Worm, man. He I tell you what, he's in a good spot, but he's in a bad spot. He was. I don't know, man. That was, but they're setting that up, man. I just something that's not going to end well, I think. Let's see. Saw some super chats come in really quick before we move on to catch up. Let's see. Is that Saint Michelob? I think so. Thank you, Saint Michelob.
Yeah.
I don't see a question.
Thank you.
Nerd Factor, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yo, 1.3 thousand. Let's get some likes up in here and this trending again. That would be very cool.
Really
yes.
cool.
Last week, I don't know if you guys wasn't here. Some of you guys, this video ended up going on trending on YouTube at number 12.
Yes.
I believe it was on the live stream trending at number 3 or 4 or 5 or something, as somebody told me.
Yeah, man.
And the view velocity just got it hopped over to the actual trending page. So that was really, really cool to see. So
And
yeah,
it stayed there for quite a while.
It did. It's trickled down throughout the day, and I don't think a lot of people go back and watch the live streams after the fact when they're actually posted as videos. But nonetheless, very, very cool to have you guys hanging out and get that kind of, those numbers of viewers to get it over to the trending page. That was pretty damn cool.
Really nuts.
Pete says, "Thank you." So thank you, Nerd Factor. Yes, let's get this damn thing trending. Give it a like and share it, and let's get other people in here.
That's right.
Peach, thank you. Fuck Theon. I know I was screaming at the damn TV like, don't go back to Reek.
Yes.
But at the same time, I don't know if he was actually thinking about this. Probably not, because he was getting back to Reek form there. If I don't know if he knew he would kill her or capture her or whatever, but that gives him a chance to perhaps rescue her later. I don't know. But yeah, I was screaming the same shit.
Can only hope.
I was screaming the same shit. Like, don't go back to Reek now. I mean, you just killed like 15 people. But then again, he goes over there. Euron is a badass and a psychopath. He probably would have died too. Maybe she ends up dying if he moves forward. He don't know. So that's sending him back into Reek mode. Aaron Hadbig, thank you. Thank you, Chris and James. Thank you, Aaron, for the donation.
Welcome,
appreciate
Aaron.
that. Do you think Danny Chelly here, Chelly Olsen, thank you very much.
Hey, Shelly.
Do you think Danny will listen to Olenna about Tyrion? Yeah, I don't think like in the sense of like she's just going to stop listening to Tyrion. I think it's just kind of to put it in her head to kind of think about where his loyalties lie or whatever, to maybe cause a little bit of division, but not. I don't think it's going to be that big of a thing, especially once she meets Jon and Jon ends up being the guy Tyrion says he's going to be.
Yeah.
And that kind of goes along with Melisandre. Finally, we get to see Melisandre too. That was another great scene. Melisandre meeting Danny.
Man, the scene with Danny and Lady Tyrell, it was really good to see Danny with a powerful woman.
Yes.
Finally.
Yeah, and sat down and she got her shots in, but she listened to her advice and listened to what she had to say. She respected her.
She really did.
So that was a very cool scene.
I just want to say out loud, thank you so much, Shelly. Thank you. Shelly donated to my Patreon.
Oh, very cool. Very
really
cool.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shelly. And also Steven. Again, thank you, Steven. Sup, Chris. And that's Steven.
Thank you, Steven.
Yes, we butchered this last week. I apologize, Steven, but he said we got it right in the end. So thank you, Steven. Janie Blakely. Nymeria, that's not her. Yeah, I don't think she meant literally not her. It was obviously a direwolf. That damn thing was big like it's supposed to be, standing taller than her, basically. But I think she means like that's not her as in the same wolf that she, like Arya was not the same wolf that she was in season 1. They're completely different. But I do think that I don't think they can just show her and she disappears forever. I think at some point she will come back into play. They won't tease that and not follow through on that, something that big. So big moment. We saw Nymeria.
That was huge.
Man, that's been 6 fucking years. 6 fucking years, and the last thing she did was throw a rock at her.
And to make her leave.
To make her leave.
You're so right with what you said. Neither one of them are the same person. You know, the same being they were last time they were with each other.
But also,
it'll take a little bit.
Yeah, it will. And so I think that Nymeria will kind of creep up behind.
That's what I was picturing.
As she heads north or something like that. We'll see them again, I think.
Something may happen on the road, and she'll be there.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, John Carey. Thank you, John.
Thank you so
I didn't
much,
see a question there, John, so I'm not sure if you meant to have a question. Duchess Define, thank you.
Thank you.
You guys are in my top 2 of content creators now. Thank you so much, Duchess.
Wow.
Really appreciate that. Who's the other?
It's this guy.
Who's the other one?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Who's the other one?
I'm kidding. Guespi Garfalo, thank you. Theon has to redeem himself, correct?
Yeah, he has to.
Yes, absolutely. This was just a little slide backwards. I mean, it was a big moment, but it was a little slide backwards in his arc. But he definitely will redeem himself.
Thanks, Giuseppe. Thanks so much.
Also, BLW22, thank you. I
you.
don't see a question, though. If you have one, please try to get to a moderator.
BLW comes through every week. You know,
Yes.
I recognize that.
Absolutely.
But thank you so much.
Ender 4212. Arya was repeating what she said when she told Ned when he told her that she would marry a lord and raise children. She said, "That's not me. Nymeria is like Arya." Yeah, true. They just went different paths. Is basically what she was saying. Exactly. Nerd Factor again. Thank you.
Thank you so
guys are desyncing a bit. Are we out of sync?
Oh Lord.
Everything good?
Hope not.
Let me just check. The everything looks good on my end, and we are not dropping any frames.
Good.
We still sound good and all that good stuff. Everybody, right? I don't see any spam. I mean, any. Okay. All right. I think we're good. Okay. People were saying we're good. Okay. And also, where are we at? I didn't want to miss one. Okay.
Aaron DeLeon.
Oh, we got another.
Oh,
okay. Well,
no,
okay.
it's BLW again.
BLW
Sorry.
again. 22. Thank you, BLW. Are you ready for a foreign invasion? Yeah. I was fine with that, but then Euron had to interrupt, so that was kind of funny. They had to have the moment there. Aaron D. Leon, thank you, Aaron. I still think Theon will redeem himself. Yes, I think he will.
I do too.
He's going to pay for that one though, somehow or another. So I think he will. This sets up a real big redemption for the end, whenever he has to end. I think. I don't know if he makes it to the end or not, but I think so. Carla Stark also, thank you, Carla. Q&A, with the talk of dragons in this episode, do you think a dragon will die? If so, will it become a white? Well, the Qyburn thing scared the shit out of me.
Me too. I hated that scene.
Yes, so they go down and finally see all the dragon skulls that Viserys had told us about. We'd seen Balerion before when Arya hid in that skull, but this time it was like you saw them all, a lot of them along the walls.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I was thinking about the Dance of the Dragons when in Dorne a dragon got killed with a big arrow through the eye, and it's exactly what Qyburn built. So yeah, it's not going to be like at the end of this thing there's 3 dragons still left. As far as the white thing, I don't know. We just don't know how that works. I'm assuming that they could be whites like anything else. I just don't know because they are magical creatures. And so I don't know.
That scene, Cersei said she thought maybe Robert took his whores down there.
Yes.
And it got me thinking, it's like, what would it be like to be a king?
Exactly.
Come down here with me, girl. I got a pallet made inside this huge dragon skull.
Bend over the skull here.
That's crazy.
Jesus Christ. Let's see here. So we have... Janie Blakely, thank you, Janie. Does she have any warging abilities in the show? She does not, unfortunately. I wish they would have introduced that at least, but they did not.
That crossed my mind during that scene.
Because they should have started that over in Essos. So in the show, unfortunately not. Also, St. Michelob again.
Thank you.
Gray Matter, the other super got theorist. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay. Well, you didn't have to really answer that, but thank you. Appreciate that, St. Michelob. Francisco Tapia, thank you. When Jaime told Lord Charlie he would be the Warden of the South, that he didn't know anybody better, then it switches to Sam, foreshadowing. Yeah, it could have been. We'll see at the end of this thing. Sam could be a fit for that, assuming the Tarleys get wiped out and choose to fight with Jaime and the Lannisters, because they are bannermen of the Tyrells.
You're right.
That's a big thing to him. So him not being on the Targaryen side, for one thing, and just the actual ruler of Westeros is a big thing to him. So they're going to have to really convince him that Dany's untrustworthy or whatever. So, yeah, very well could be. Also, Josh, is it Navasad? Thank you, Josh. Everything is better with a belly full of wine. Yes, it is. Or Sundrop. Let's see. Oh, speaking of Sundrop and things that happen on this channel, let me just go ahead and say Protostart because everybody's thirsty.
May as well, yeah. Get that out of the way.
Yeah, so I tried earlier. I didn't have the time. I ran out of time today. It's like hectic getting ready for this shit all day. With other shit going on in real life.
It's an all-day thing.
It really is. And I was trying to get the Protostart shirts done on the Teespring store, so I didn't quite have time to I actually got one done, but I have to fix it just to make sure it's right. So Protostart shirts are coming. They are coming on the store, and I'll let you guys know. Hopefully by next stream, by next week, we'll have them available, and I'll let you guys know.
It's looking really cool, guys. He's got like hashtag Protostart, so it's going to be a conversation starter for you if you wear it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. J Scar, please talk about the Jordan Sam scene. Yeah, I will definitely in just a second, J Scar. Thank you. Just trying to catch up on these here really quick. Let's see. Karen also, thank you, Karen. The anti-dragon weapon made me sad and worried. Yes, exactly what I thought, because look, here's the thing. We watched them hatch, and we're gonna have to go through some pain. I'm telling you right now. That's just the way it is. So yeah, I got a feeling that they wouldn't be doing. I don't know. I mean, would they set that up for it to fail? Maybe not. I don't know.
I really don't think so, Chris. I hate to say that.
I know. I feel the same way. Also, Dragon 5616. Thank you, Dragon. Kyburn mentions blacksmiths. Will Gendry warn Dany of the weapon? That's a good question. Yeah, I think he is in King's Landing. The question is, does he know about that? And he would be at that shop considered one of the best, even though they don't know who he is.
You're right.
That's true. That's a good point. Good catch.
I hope so, Dragon.
Yeah, exactly.
5616. I hope so.
Also, Karen again. Thank you, Karen. Love you guys. Watch you all the time. Thanks for doing this. Oh, it's our pleasure. Absolutely.
We love it.
Love it. This
you guys are a blast to hang out with.
And I don't have to edit a damn thing. So, anyway, so then we saw, to get back to some scenes here. So, we had the scene in the north. Jon, we kind of called that one. I think everybody did, expected it. We saw a lot of time pass. Jon got a raven from both Dany and Sam.
Exactly.
So Tyrion sent them the raven, signed it. You know, the first thing he'd ever said when he met him back in season 1.
That.
Even a dwarf is a bastard in his father's eyes, and that got the conversation going. And then also one from Sam about Dragonstone, so it put everything together in just the right place for Jon to not listen to Sansa and everybody and head south to see Dany.
That's right.
He needs Dragon Glass, he needs now Dragon Fire, and this is going to set up the thing, and it ties in really good with Melisandre finally meeting Dany.
What was your take on how Sansa was acting during that? Because I know she doesn't have any hard feelings toward Tyrion. She couldn't.
And she straight up said he was not different from every Lannister, always treated me well.
Right. But, I mean, you feel like she trusts Tyrion still?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I mean, you know, it was more of the.
I'm sure
it was more for her. It was more of the Targaryen thing, as far as the thing that happened with Brandon and Ricard. Yeah. So it's more of that than it was for the Tyrion thing. I think she really, honestly, still thinks Tyrion's legit, if that makes sense.
Good deal. Yeah.
So we'll see, but it all kind of came together. Let's see. Yeah, Trelawney says we almost 3,000 viewers, not 1.5. Yeah, we're almost at 3,000. Getting there. Let's see here.
I think we hit 4,002 last week. I think that was our high number, man. Let's crush that, guys.
Yeah. I think we did. We definitely hit 4,000. Let's see. The Jorah and Sam scene really quick. Yes.
Ooh.
So we hear Sam talking to Ebros about grayscale and how it's been cured before, and he reminds him of the Maester that tried to cure it died of grayscale.
That was hilarious.
That was funny as hell.
It really was.
But then he realizes, right, but he's Jorah Mormont, as in Jorah's son that he loved at the Night's Watch. So he goes back in there, and oh my God, was that fucking painful to watch.
We were cringing. I mean, we were like yelling.
He's got to pull all that shit off, I'm assuming, and then do something else. I don't know, but damn. And then of course it cut over to the pie.
Yeah, that perfect transition.
The pus and the pie, awesome. That was an awesome. I like the way this episode was edited. I really did. The transitions were outstanding.
They really were, man.
You know, from the swords to the pie, and then the way they would fade behind a bookshelf and come out another end. You're in the north or whatever.
Yes.
I really love the transitions in this. Let's see. J Scar has a question from Barbara Chetty, Q&A. Why hasn't Ed sent a raven about Bran? That's a good question. I don't know if they. I
Wow,
think
good
yeah,
question.
it's a good question. I don't know if. I guess he should do that before, unless I don't know what Bran's going to do. We didn't get any Bran this
None.
week
We
as
need
far
to
as
get
like what's
back.
his plans are. I think they focused on Arya. And speaking of Arya, that's what finally changed her mind. Last week she met the Lannister soldiers with Ed Sheeran, and got her thinking about home. And then when she goes to Hot Pie, and there's Hot Pie. What's up, Hot Pie?
Man,
And he's
that
like,
was so
Arya,
cool.
you're alive. You know what happened to you? And she's hungry, and then she informs Arya of what's going on. John's king in the north, and then she turns around right then. Boom, she's gone. So she's on her way to the north. So we should see Bran and Arya converging on Winterfell. Of course, John just left, and we know what's going to happen now. We're not going to get the full Stark reunion quite yet.
I was really glad that he got that out while she was still there, because she seemed rushed and disinterested in everything he had to say. She was just wanting to eat and drink, and like I said, I was like, man, she seems like a dude. I mean, this girl has been through so much.
Yes.
She's, you know, and Hot Pie still said, you're very pretty. You know, he's still.
Like you've grown up, Arya.
Yeah.
You're very pretty. You're not a boy anymore,
He's
because
so
she was
cool.
always disguised as that.
But
so.
when her eyes lit up, that's what I was really going to get to, is when her eyes lit up, it made me feel like, yes, you know, get her back home.
Yes, absolutely. Very, very cool. A lot of cool scenes in this one. Let's see here. I think we are on Saint Michelob again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Tyrion is with Olenna, discovers the plot to kill Joff, forgives her, knows Littlefinger framed him through Sansa. Jon tells that Littlefinger in Winterfell. Tyrion kills Littlefinger. Interesting. It could go that way. I still think it has to be Sansa. And again, whether she does it herself or not, it fits better for Sansa to do it because of everything she's been through. But I could see that too. That is interesting. It won't be any love lost there.
I really hadn't bought into it until I saw her heading north after she saw Hot Pie. My mind
you mean as far as
immediately
her?
went to, she's going to kill Littlefinger.
Yes, I mean that could very well happen
mean, not-
through Sansa.
Yeah, not that that's her mission right now.
Right.
But when she gets there, she'll put a stop to all the bullshit going on with him, I think.
Yes, I think so. I think that's the way it's going down. Also, Nerd Factor again. Thank you, Nerd Factor.
Thank you.
Almost 3K of you bastards hit that like button. Yes.
That's really cool, Nerd
Thank
Factor.
you. Thank you for moderating with your super chats. You don't have to do that,
That's
though, Nerd Factor. I
awesome.
really appreciate it. Natasha Conrad, thank you so much. What
Thank
was
you.
Hot Pie's death foreshadowed tonight? I thought about that too, Natasha, when
That's
she
a
said
good
try not to
question.
die. Yeah, I thought about that, but yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of people dying when winter comes literally south as far as the cold and everything, not just through whites and white walkers and everything, but yeah,
That's
I
what
don't know
hit
if they'll
me.
show that or not, but that may be his little cameo for the season. We're done with Hot Pie, but yeah, I actually thought about that, like, oh shit, don't say that. We're going to see him die next week.
Yeah, what hit me, Chris, is when he said, I'm a survivor. I was thinking the winter is going to get him.
Exactly.
And we're going to see cold pie memes and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Cold
in
pie
my
memes.
mind,
You heard it here first.
I was thinking that.
You heard it here first. If you see any cold pie memes,
Where he's frozen, you know?
we have that trademarked here. So that's funny as hell. Cold pie. Let's see. Viking lovers of Westeros, thank you.
you.
Danny has things too easy. A dragon needs to die. Yeah, I agree.
Wow.
I agree. I mean, that's what they
Somebody
did.
needs to say that, Viking. You're right.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't want a dragon to die, but yes, it's got to be said. That's why the Euron's coming in with the surprise attack. We just saw that tonight. So much for the blockade of King's Landing.
No shit.
So half of her plan's already been shattered, and the other half will be Lannisport. I think that'll succeed, or Castle Rock. I'm sorry, but yeah, that surprise attack with Euron was very much meant to do to weaken her a little bit. So thank you, Viking lovers. Is that Lake FX Net? Lake FX Net?
Yes.
I guess.
Yep.
Thank you, Lake FX. Will Arya double back and head south again? That's not you. Will she never see her family again? It seems more and more than Cersei will by Arya's kill, maybe. I don't think so right now. I think she'll continue north. I think the whole, again, that's not you thing with Nymeria was just, it's not the same as it was, type of thing.
Right.
So I think she'll keep heading north, and I do think we know we see her at Winterfell, I think, looking for that dagger, perhaps, and that will tie into the Littlefinger thing.
If you remember, she was looking under the bed or whatever it was.
Right.
Yeah, she's definitely
well, we
going
assume
there.
that's what she may be looking for something else, but that's obviously in Winterfell, I believe, by the way the stones were. So, also BLW again, thank you. Hot Pie did not give up on the gravy. Nope, he never give up on the gravy. I'm glad to see Hot Pie finding his thing.
He really found it.
He did. He's a great fucking cook. He always wants to brag about the ingredients and that was funny as hell. He was talking about pie, and she's like, "Oh, I didn't do that. Oh, you've been baking pies?"
Yeah, I forgot. We needed to
As
say
a matter
that.
of fact, I have.
It's so funny.
Oh Lord, that was good.
She has been baking.
Let's see here. Where am I at here? Karen again. Thank you, Karen. I have a problem with the Euron attack. Nobody was on the lookout duty on Yara's ship. Yeah, I agree. Even though it was at night and everything, you would think there would be some kind of somebody in the crow's nest or something.
Right. But he does have the black sails and shit. I mean, it might be really hard,
Yeah. I mean, so yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like, okay, you kind of have to buy it. But nobody up top screamed anything.
No.
Yeah, of course not.
Iceberg!
Yeah,
Dead ahead!
nothing. They even no warning at all whatsoever. So yeah, I agree. That was kind of overlooked a little bit. Let's see. Saint Michelob again.
Thank you.
I think. I don't want to. I think I skipped one. Yes, I did.
You did.
Thank you, Saint Michelob. John needs dragon glass. Danny has lots, but they need a forger. Davos knows the perfect BS goes to Flea Bottom to retrieve Gendry. Yes, exactly. I think that's exactly what happens, but not just to be the weapon forger, but because Danny will need that alliance too. So everything kind of lines up there with Gendry, because she can essentially raise him up as Lord of Storm's End. And I thought we might get a hint of that being this was named Stormborn. But it was really about Euron and Danny too. It was, the double meaning of the titles, but it could also, refer to Gendry a little bit. But no sign of Gendry yet. But I think that's coming very, very soon.
Don't we think that Davos? My memory may be slipping, but Davos is involved in getting Gendry.
Yes.
So that makes sense because John said he's taking him with him.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're getting ready to get into the Gendry thing, I believe.
I think so. I think so pretty quick. And they're moving pretty damn quick. So thank you, St. Michelob again. Also, Aaron D. Leon. Let me get it to the right spot here. I apologize. Whoa. I am scrolling way too far down. Aaron D. Leon, thank you so much. Q&A, is Ilaria dead or was she taken hostage? She was taken hostage along with Tyene. The other ones are dead.
Okay.
So yeah, the other ones were the ones hanging from the bow of the ship and kind of stuck into the front there. So it looks like Tyene and Ilaria Sand will be probably the gifts to Cersei.
I could see that.
And assuming Yara is still alive too, we didn't see her die, so I'm assuming she's captured too. They should be likely the gift to Cersei. That's what Euron went to do.
Yes.
He told us that last week. He would not return to King's Landing without a gift.
That's right.
They, of course, killed Myrcella. There you go. So it seems to fit.
Damn, I like Yara.
I do too. I hope she finds a way out of that. Mira, I believe. Thank you, Mira. Will Sam be expelled from the Citadel for trying to cure Jorah?
Maybe.
Yes, he could. Very well could be if they find out or whatever. There was and it was just a set photo. It wasn't a leak or anything because I haven't read any leaks. But there was a photo of Sam like in a wagon, so we don't know if that was leaving the Citadel or what. But he did have Gilly and Baby Sam and all that, so perhaps he does get kicked out.
If you remember, we were watching it. I was like, just do it. Just go behind their back and do it.
Right.
I don't like the fact of him trying to ask permission first because then they can say, I told you.
Exactly.
Just sneak and do it and take your chances.
And then you could be like, oh, I didn't know.
I didn't know any better. I'm sorry.
But he's there to get, what I've been saying before, though, is he's there to get this information that he needs for the war to come, the White Walkers, etc. And he's not there to fulfill being a Maester.
Right.
He'll never have time to finish that.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I'm with you on that.
I don't know if he ever forges a single link in his chain. Also, Janie Blakely, thank you, Janie. I don't see a question there, though.
Thank you, though.
Nerd Factor, thank you.
Wow,
Wow.
Nerd Factor.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Thank Thank
Last super chat with a real question. Well, Euron capturing the Sand Snakes that gives Cersei Dorne. how much role do you think this would play in that she now commands the Dornish army if they were to help siege King's Landing? Yeah, that's true. As far as I guess you're saying possibly Cersei taking over Dorne. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if she could control the Dornish army as much as the Dornish army would now be taken over by somebody else down there. It shouldn't really be Eloria Sand anyway.
Right.
But somebody else in the Martell family to go rescue her or, help. That would only seem to me to give them more backing for Dany because they're captured, if that makes sense. That's the way I see it.
That does make sense. I don't have much of an opinion on that. I'm still trying to soak all that part in. I don't know how much role Dorne plays anymore.
Yeah, not much. Raquel, 4 a.m. in Portugal, and I'm watching you going to work at 7. True dedication. Thank you.
That is dedication.
That is dedication. Yeah, I mean, if you need to get some sleep, by all means. Let's see here. Also, Wesley, is that Voiles? Yeah, Wesley Voiles. Q&A, can Ghost... Oops, I just damn lost it. Where'd it go? I don't know if I can recover that. That went way far.
I know, man.
I'm sorry, Wesley. Wait, no, I got it. Okay.
Good.
Can Ghost and Nymeria have new direwolves? Yeah, I guess they could. I guess they could do that. That's brother and sister kind of thing. But why not? In this show, it seems like every other brother and sister screwing. Why not have the direwolves do it too? So, let's see here. Let's see. We had Chris Lee, fan. Thank you, Chris Lee. Do you think that vision of the White Walkers in episode 1 show them south of the wall? There was grass. I didn't. I think that was north of the wall. I didn't notice any grass.
Me either. Then we'll go look at that again.
I did notice some kind of hills or mountains in the background before the storm actually came up on the camera. So I think that was just north of the wall, and that was what Bran was still watching, seeing them march south.
Yeah, and the Hound too.
Yeah, exactly, and the Flames. Exactly. Let's see. Jenny Blakely, again, thank you so much, but there is no question. I don't know if you were meaning to have questions there. Karen Gates, thank you. Great seeing you guys. I have to work early in the AM, so we'll catch you later. Cold pie. Hashtag cold pie. There it is. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, and have a good night.
Good night, Karen. Thank you.
Thank you so much. St. Michelob again. Prince was promised. Mistranslate. Yes, they finally, I said this to James during the show.
He loved that scene.
They finally explained that High Valyrian, that the word for prince is gender neutral. So it could be prince or princess. And Danny said, I like that better.
Yes.
So they finally explained that. And Melisandre it almost confirmed to me kind of what I've been saying, that it's not one person. I believe you have a role to play along with another.
Yeah.
So Danny can be seen as that. The whole Kinvara thing. Jon can be seen as that. There's two different, things there.
Right.
But yes, they both are essentially the prince that was promised in some way, or a group of people to fight together.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, I guess Jon, because of the RLJ thing and whatever magic comes with that. But yes, I thought that was very, very cool that they actually explained that translation. Let's see here. Lauren Braddock, thank you, Lauren. Opening credits. When they pan back from the wall, it looks like the ocean has turned white around both sides. Could this be a clue on how the whites come south? Sorry if I mentioned it earlier. No. I'm glad you brought this up, because we did this video last week.
Yes.
Or a few days ago about the Hound's vision. The missing scene, or the missing line, was the waves are frozen.
That's right.
And they took that out for a reason. And wouldn't it be fucking crazy if for the last 8,000 years that the wall means nothing?
No.
It had no meaning whatsoever, and they could just walk around. So I don't know exactly how it's going to play out. I mean, it seems to be like if that could happen, good and damn well, then within 8,000 years, even if the histories are wrong and the years are wrong, it's only 4,000 years, for example, whatever it actually is, there's been a winter cold enough for that to freeze, at least around the edge of the wall. So it's like, what does that mean exactly?
Well, you remember that M. Night Shyamalan movie, The Village? Mm-hmm. It's like they stayed out of the woods just because.
Just because.
They were told,
Exactly.
It's like,
so they've been living under this false sense of security for 8,000 years.
That wall's there protecting them.
So that means they chose not to come around the wall. If that's the case, if it plays out where they can just walk around it, they chose not to come south for 8,000 years. And so that kind of leans towards what we were saying in Dragon Raised by Wolves, that they are reacting.
4.
That's what I was waiting for. You didn't.
Bam!
I was waiting for. that yes, they are actually going to they were reacting to something, and it seems to fit along with Jon or Dany's birth, maybe,
and
enough time to build up an army.
Why haven't they come by now? Well, the timing wasn't right. They are reacting
right to something. All right, let's see. Where am I at here? I'm losing my spot. Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Patrick Snyder, thank you. Patrick, do you guys think that Jon will bend the knee? That seems way too easy. Also, Tyrion has to be the best hype man ever. Yes, exactly. Yeah, boy. He absolutely is.
But I've asked Chris this personally, so go ahead and tell
I don't
him.
think Jon will bend the knee. I don't. I think essentially it's going to be to the effect of, look, I ain't got time for your shit about the damn Iron Throne. Yes, we need to deal with Cersei, but we also need to invite Cersei to the party. Because we are going to die, and it doesn't matter who sits on it.
Yep.
So I'm not bending the knee. I just need your dragon glass, and preferably your dragons. Come on, let's go. And then Melisandre will kind of be, maybe will be there. Tyrion will kind of help mediate that. So I think she will ultimately, at some point, whether it's right there in person or not, agree with that. But I don't think she'll go and bend the knee directly, and I think she'll respect that too.
Can't wait to see all this pan out.
Yeah, it's starting to come together. We're starting to see. It's just cool to see these characters coming together that we've never seen.
And just to emphasize what you said earlier, it was so cool to see each of them say the other's name.
Yes,
just watch it come out of their mouth and hear it.
Exactly. Also, Annie Torres, thank you. Annie, Q&A, do you think that the misinterpretation of the prince that was promised automatically means it will be Dany? No, I don't think it automatically means that. I just think it opens it up to that possibility, so we're left kind of guessing if there is a single person. But again, what does that really mean? If it's Dany, how does Jon fit in? Is he just a guy who helps get everything together? If it's Jon, how does Dany fit in? So to me, it's always been about more than one person.
Yeah, it's like in stereo.
Yeah, so there's multiple princes that were promised, I think. Also, Michelle McCracken, thank you. What was that series his channel did again? I think it had 4 parts. Man, I can't remember. Help me out, James.
I'm glad you asked, Michelle. That doesn't get mentioned enough.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't at all.
We did a series about a year ago, and it was called A Dragon Raised by Wolves. And there are 4 parts.
Yeah.
So go check it out.
Yes. And we go into... I mean, in all seriousness, I know it's a drinking thing here, but for anybody new here, if one of the almost 4,000 people, well, we're at 3,905. We're getting close. We're getting close. Let's break the record. For anybody new here, though, that series, it is kind of cool. I mean, of course, I'm kind of partial, but we do go into a lot of talk and theory crafting or whatever about the end game and how this all fits in.
A lot of blind speculation that's starting to come, back around, and it looks like, hey,
with 2 books to go, so we're not afraid to be wrong by any means.
That's what we say in that series. Actually, we're not afraid to be wrong.
No, absolutely, it's just fun speculating. So thank you, Michelle. Carla Stark, Tyrion looked so proud when he heard Jon was king. Yes, he did. I think he did help Jon a lot in a lot of ways, and I think he was.
I'm glad Carla said that, because that was awesome, the way he lit up when he heard that.
It was. It was like, here's this guy, I gave some advice to him, several times throughout his trip to the Wall, and he has done big things. He is damn king of the damn North, and that's a great fucking ally. So essentially, if you think about it, Tyrion planted the seeds, set that up in season 1, episode 2, The King's Road.
Shit, yeah.
And that helped him now with Dany and her ally. So that was all planned by Tyrion. He's a mastermind. He knew it was coming.
All out there when Jon was pissed because he wasn't able to go in there to the dinner and everything.
Exactly.
The feast.
Exactly. Let's see here. Just wanted to grab a couple up here in the regular chats.
Have you checked Streamlabs at all?
I have not. I have not checked Streamlabs. I've still got a couple more super chats there. I'll get to them, guys. But first, really quick, let's see what else. We scribbled down some really quick notes, and again, I'll do a more in-depth review. I'm just checking here on Streamlabs. Oh yes, the Grey Worm scene.
Oh, that one is the one that got me misty-eyed.
Yeah, I mean, we felt so bad for Grey Worm. I mean, I didn't feel bad for Grey Worm in that moment, just saying, but you do. You do. I mean, it's
when
like
she reached for his pants.
Yes, and he didn't. That was really. It got me emotional, honestly, because it was like, no, wait, and then he's like, no, I want to see all of you. I'm like, man, that's really something. It is. It's pretty powerful, man. And a lot of people write off, oh, they just showed, love scenes just for nudity. No, that's part of it. I mean, that's what happens in real life. People fall in love and have, scenes like that. just not on film. But imagine that awkwardness. I mean, he lost his virginity in a sense, but
He did.
I guess he learned the trick from the Southern boys somewhere, because he knew what to do in the absence of, but I thought that was a great scene, not just because we saw Hot Sunday, obviously that helped, but it was pretty damn emotional.
It really was. I mean, that's not like being embarrassed to change clothes in PE.
That's right.
I mean, this woman, you just said, you're the only fear I've ever had in my life.
Yes.
And I am ashamed for you to see me below the waist.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, it was tough.
Oh, let's see here. What do we have? I saw something up here I wanted to grab really quick, but I probably lost it. Root and stem, capital H says. Exactly, root and stem. I wish they had clarified that, but I guess they kind of did.
Michael Palmer, the Grey Worm actor, was on point. No pun intended.
Yes, right.
But he really was. He played an awesome part in that scene.
He did a good job. And I believe his name's Raleigh. Yeah, Raleigh. His name is Raleigh or
cool.
Raleigh. I'm not sure exactly, but I think it's Raleigh. Theon, she was breaking his fear. Yep, absolutely.
I saw that too.
Yeah, so we won't read that one, Mike.
Oh, we broke the record, dude. Look.
Oh, 4,032 people watching. Outstanding. That's the new record here, folks.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys so much for
that.
joining in, man. We enjoy just hanging out with you guys. And thank you for everybody that's subscribing. I see subscribers popping up.
I do too.
We've been on a pretty good roll here the last week.
We won't
so
let you down.
Outstanding.
Thank you for stopping by and subscribing.
Let's see here. What was that? Okay, we got Carlos. Okay, Janie Blakely, thank you. Janie?
Thank you.
Will Arya run to the Brotherhood and the Hound? I think so. I want that to happen. I've been saying that's going to happen, and now that we see Arya in the snow, that she turned north, and some time has passed even from the time she left the inn, obviously. It just depends on where they're at exactly.
Right.
So I mean, they're both now heading north, so it's hard to pass each other, but I guess she could catch up.
Yeah, depending
or
on
vice versa.
Camps and how long they stop
exactly.
in camp.
So I do think that'll happen again, but I'm not 100% now. I would, 3 weeks ago I would have bet on it, but I'm not so sure now because the hot pie thing's what changed her mind really. I mean, not Tyrion, but the Lannister scene last week got her thinking about it really, and then the hot pie absolutely changed her mind when she found out about Jon. So I think that's still going to happen. I do think we have to have that reunion, but I don't know if it happens now, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
as far as the timing goes.
Can I interject real quick? What did you think of?
No, you can't. No.
What did you think of the James and the Jamie and that Tarly guy?
Dickon Tarly.
Yeah, when they were talking.
Randall and Dickon.
When they were outside talking.
Yes, Randall. Yeah, Randall.
I know
Sam's
you touched on
father.
it a little bit. You talked about it a little bit earlier, but so he doesn't want to attack the Tyrells. Is that what?
Yes, he is bannerman to the Tyrells. Yep. Okay. Yep. He's sworn. They're his liege lord.
Okay.
House Tyrell.
And Jamie is saying you also are sworn to the throne or the crown.
Yeah, it kind of goes back a little bit, that scene with Jamie, to what he was telling Catelyn in season 2. Was that you swear all these different vows and oaths? Which one do you uphold?
Exactly. That's what I was going to
exactly
ask
what
you.
it was thinking.
Because it was
a throwback to that a little bit. They love their callbacks, and it made complete sense.
Because you would be in a spot right there.
Dit Smith, James' channel's name is Dust on the Throne. He has a sports channel called Daily Use of Sports Trivia, and then he got into GOT and everything, so he called it Dust on the Throne.
Right.
So you can
appreciate if
you can actually find that on my main channel. I think I have it on the side, or at least the sports channel. Then you can link.
And then you
to
can
one
find
of
it. Yes.
But yes, absolutely. You can. That's Dust
Don't
on the Throne.
Don't expect to get mind blown over there or anything.
Not yet. Not yet.
I'm working.
There's
on
a video today. He put his first video
I
out.
Really did.
Chapters 1 through 3.
And I did most of the editing. He had to help me out in some tough spots, but I'm learning, guys. I'm sorry.
Let's see. All right. Ethan Hunt, I think that's where we're at. Ethan, let me double check here. Okay. Oh, we got it. We're behind again.
We might ought to stop at Ethan right now and go catch up. I mean, because I saw at least 10 or 15 on Streamlabs.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, yeah, no, Streamlabs. Okay, yeah, I keep forgetting about Streamlabs. Let's see. Where are we at on the date here? Okay.
23rd.
Okay, Ethan. All right,
Hey,
so
Ethan.
here we go.
What's
Ethan
going on,
Hunt.
brother?
Thank you, sir. Kyburn came up with a weapon to counter dragons. I hope somebody picks up that phone because I fucking called it. Theon pussed out like a bitch. My only real complaint this week was the camera work on the boat. I hate fighting scenes shot like that. I kind of agree on the camera thing, but they want it to be like you're in it. But I don't like the whole moving thing all the time.
Yeah.
I will say the Battle of the Bastards, that was great, but it was a little different because you were following Jon as the POV there.
I agree.
But the rant, yeah, just the
you had a
shaking
focal point in the Battle of the
exactly.
Bastards.
So I kind of agree with that. But other than that, I really liked all the camera work this episode. But yeah, Theon thing, man. I mean, you know, he had to have a relapse, I guess. And
I was thinking that too. That's what it was.
exactly. But so I was yelling at the screen, no more Reek bullshit. I really was. But at the same time, like, does he move forward and she gets her throat cut? Does he move forward and try to fight him? You know, I don't know what he's thinking there. But yeah, bottom line is he did jump over and abandon Yara. And he's got to make up for that. So that's what that's setting up, I believe. Ethan again. Thank you, Ethan.
Thank you, sir.
I also thought the context of the chokes slam scene was underwhelming. I did too a bit, actually, on that. I mean, it's like I kind of agreed that like Jon could have said, look, I don't respect you, motherfucker, but I do appreciate what you did with the
Right.
battle. You know, we
Right.
did win the battle because of the veil, but then again, he did touch a soft spot, and that was his sister. So I can understand that too. So I didn't quite know how that conversation was going to go. So I thought it was okay, but you know, I definitely didn't. I like the Ned statue, by the way.
Yes.
that was awesome. But
I actually missed it.
I did call that with the
wait to go back
Lyanna
and see
tease. I didn't think it had anything to do with RLJ. I don't think Littlefinger knows the outcome of that. I just think he knows Rhaegar didn't kidnap her. So in that sense, we were right. We got the Lyanna tease. Mm-hmm. So
Yeah, in his mind, he's getting his ass whipped by another Stark.
exactly. Quick temper, slow minds.
I don't think he knows
I
Jon
thought he was going to
Targaryen.
say that. We said that on the podcast this week, that he would repeat that line once Jon let him
Okay.
go. Damn Starks, you know, quick temper, slow minds. I just knew he was going to. He was thinking it. He was
I
definitely
guarantee
thinking
he
it.
was.
All right, let's see.
Austin
Gonder, thank you, Austin.
Thank you.
That episode was amazing. Grey Worm took a page from John's book. Exactly.
Thought that.
Exactly
Austin.
what I was talking about, Southern dudes, you know, was
Yes.
what Ygritte said. Speaking of which, if Jon and Dany have sex, will he do that thing he does with his tongue?
Yeah, you can take that to the bank.
Yes, sure, Austin. He should, because Ygritte found it attractive.
Yes.
So I think he learned from that.
He's going to pull out every play he knows when he gets a chance.
If he's going to take a ride on the dragon, absolutely.
Yes.
Ray Jesso, thank you, Ray. You guys are dope. Tip of the hat, sirs. Thank you, sir. Can you talk a bit about the coming meeting between Jon and Dany? Also, what's up with Bran to at the wall?
Right.
That's what I was kind of missing this episode. Like Dolores, Ed, and Bran having a conversation, what they're going to do. Like somebody mentioned earlier about sending a raven. So I wish they would at least touched on that. But I'm sure we'll see plenty of Bran next week and the weeks to come. The Jon and Dany meeting, I think it's going to be more like she said. She wants him to bend the knee, but when him and Davos and then Tyrion kind of gang up on her, so to speak, as far as convincing her that there's a real threat here and to rule the realm, you need to save it. Then things will start to change. So I think there's going to be a little bit of button heads at first, but not overdone. I hope. And of course, they both have no idea they're related.
That's so crazy.
Also, Ray Jesso again. Thank you, Ray. I think
Thank
Tyrion
you.
has more loyalty to Jon Snow than Dany. When it inevitably comes down to it, Tyrion has a soft spot for bastards, cripples, and broken things.
Boom.
That is
I
a
think
good
you're onto
point.
something,
That is a good
Ray.
point.
I hope it doesn't have to come down to it. You know it's going to. I hope it doesn't have to, but when it does, I think
Yeah, I don't know if it really has to, though. I think it just kind of ties into him being the one to vouch for Jon. And then Tyrion can also vouch for Dany.
absolutely.
Because we got the whole thing with Jon Royce, you know, Targaryens can't be trusted. She is not the Mad King. And there's a big theme this year about not, and Jon said it last week, not punishing people for the sins of their fathers.
Yes.
That's a big, big thing that goes for Jon, goes for Tyrion, and especially Dany, being the daughter of the Mad Queen. So if you think about that, he can vouch for both of them to the other person.
Yes, he can.
And that's where he fits in. But good point, though.
Because, yeah, Dany has had multiple times, multiple opportunities to be the Mad Queen. I mean, she's taken over.
And there's always a little edge to her,
Yeah.
but then Tyrion will be there to kind of...
I mean, there could be a trail of cities that were nothing but ash
Right.
if she wanted.
Exactly. Also, so thank you, Ray. Chad Savin. My first live stream with you fellas, just got back from vacay in the West Jefferson, North Carolina.
Oh,
Got
I have
to enjoy-
family from there. My grandmother's from West Jefferson. That's
Oh,
crazy.
very cool.
Yeah.
Got to enjoy many cases of sun drop. Awesome.
Heck yeah.
We got a convert. Anyways, I'm pretty pumped to see Melisandre Davos in the same room as she's still in Dragonstone. Thoughts? Yeah, I think that's going to be interesting, but at the same time, Davos will not have any power there with Dany. So she is welcome there with Dany. Dany's done said that. She will play a role in kind of not being forgiven necessarily,
Yes.
but getting all those people on the same page to focus on what's important. And she would be willing to die later or whatever, but I don't think she'll, they'll probably tell Dany what she did. But then again, she's going to be like, but this is what I did it for, this thing I've been telling you about.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting.
And it wouldn't have happened had her own father not agreed to let it happen.
Exactly.
You know?
Stannis made the decision.
He did.
Absolutely. So, Chad, I'm glad you enjoyed North Carolina and Sundrop. Also, can't wait for a new episode. Thank you so much. It is no Maester at Castle Black. Therefore, they can't send ravens to Winterfell.
Okay,
well, I
thank
actually
you.
thought about that. I was thinking about that the other day, but at the same time, Maester Aemon had stewards. They should be able to know a little bit of ravenry. So
Okay.
it's really hard to say, but I can see where they may just could use that as an excuse.
Right. They should have put somebody on a horse or something.
I mean, it's kind of like Dany, right? Tyrion just sent a raven, but Dany don't have a maester yet in
Good point.
Dragonstone.
That's
There
right.
should have been a maester left over from Stannis that's there, but after Krassen died. But anyway, we didn't see a maester, so we just got to assume she'll get one.
But yeah, thanks for bringing that up. Can't
And
wait.
it could end up being Sam if he does ever get a chain, but I don't know. We'll see if he gets a chain. Also, Goodwill 144, thank you so much. Did any of Dany's statements tonight about burning people alive and such give you the feeling that maybe that the theory of her being the villain is true? I got the feeling. I know what you're talking about.
There's some looks that she makes.
did get the feels about it, but I don't think it's going to come to full fruition. I just think there will be moments of that, and that again, that's kind of what Tyrion's for. And then that's going to change though if they go with the Jon Dany love thing, which I think they're probably going to do.
And she might just be sexually frustrated.
Yeah, it very well could be. It's been a while since Dario and her hung out. In the book, she did a little bit more than that, but we'll leave that out. We'll try to keep this kind of PG. Let's see. All right, back to Super Chat. Let's see what we got going on in the chat room. Where are we at right now? We're at we're already an hour, and we got 4,108 people. Awesome. Thank you guys for hanging out so much.
Man.
Let's see here. Shelby Riggs. Q&A. Sorry if you already had this question. I was late coming in. What do you think the wall hasn't sent a word that Bran has arrived? Exactly what we were just discussing. I'm sure you heard that. So that was a good point that he had made. And that was, oops, I keep clicking the wrong thing. Goodwill, no, I'm sorry. Can't wait for a new episode. Made a good point about them perhaps not having ravens or having a maester that knows how to send a raven. So that could be explained that way, but then again, Tyrion sent one, so hard to tell.
I guarantee you next episode, though, that's going to be touched on.
Word
will get to Winterfell.
Yeah, should be. Or maybe he just passes through, and maybe through Bran we hear about, we stopped in, we saw Ed, we got warm, we got some food.
Very true.
And we decided to head on out here, and he'll say, sorry, he would have let you know, but he didn't have a raven, or whatever. I don't know.
This just hit me. Sorry, guys. Will we ever see Benjen again?
Yes.
Okay.
We have to.
Okay.
If everybody remembers the trailer, we saw Jon on a horse, and
That's right. You said there's only one horse.
there's just no other horses
That's
north
right.
of the wall.
That's right. It's got to be his. You're right.
So, Carol Brown, thank you, Carol, for your super moderation as usual, along with Lala and J Scar. Everybody, I just saying, Lala jumped on me last week. I don't want to get Lala from. But she's got a question from Leslie Powell, Q&A. Hi, Chris and James. The Nymeria scene was so touching with Arya. Do you think we'll see Ghost back on the show with Jon soon? Congrats for tonight. I do think we'll see Ghost again. I was kind of pissed off the last 2 episodes now that we did not see him at least walking around the yard at Winterfell or something. And it don't make any sense not to at least show him for a second or just mention him. Like before he left, he should have been like saying bye to Ned and then petting Ghost and saying, okay, take care of Sansa. I'm going to Dragonstone. At least show the damn direwolf. What does that cost? $5,000 for a direwolf? I don't know. I'm just saying.
Chris will do it for $4,500.
Are you damn right? You damn right I'll do it for $4,500. I'll go in and I'll be a damn extra and be on my hands and knees and just fucking bark for $4,500.
I'm telling you, man.
No, I would do it for free, actually, just to be on the damn show.
But it's cool to see the size of the direwolf.
Yes, Nymeria was fucking huge. I was like...
I mean, it makes you feel a certain way.
When we were watching, I was like, no, that's not them. That's not them. These are all regular small wolves.
Yes.
And I was like, look at that's fucking Nymeria.
Yeah, it was like coming up.
You heard this big-ass thing behind him. All right. Let's see. Is the stream still doing good, guys? Just making sure. It looked like I saw maybe a little... I'm not dropping any frames or anything, but...
I saw somebody said, have these guys watched the entire series? Yeah, I'm still learning some things. So if I ask him dumb questions, that's my job.
Right. He's the hand of the king over here. Oh, he don't have his pen on tonight.
I don't. We were so rushed.
We were. Okay, let's see. I know there were some super chats I was behind on. Let's see. I tell you what. We're at an hour, right? Well, let's finish these up. Let's finish
sure
these
thing.
Up. We had Janie's there. Ethan, thank you. Streamlabs. Okay, you were saying check Streamlabs. We got to that. Thank you, Ethan.
Thank you.
St. Michelob again. Better tongue. Grey Worm or Jon Snow? I don't know. You'd have to ask Ygritte or Missandei. I don't know. Well, I don't know. You know, Missandei grabbed onto the bit. I don't know. I mean, they're both noobs at it. I don't know. I mean,
she screamed his name in like 14 languages.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point. Therion, thank you for the super chat. I agree. If it was cool, Prince that was promised, but it seems like another convenient male retcon. It feels too convenient to lead our view with the right with fan service to set up for a left hook.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I'm just glad that they, and I guess you're referring to that scene with the Prince was promised being translated properly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I was glad they explained that, though, is all I was saying, because it's been a thing in the books, too, and then as it carried over to the show a little bit about what that means. And Aemon and Sam have this conversation in the books about the Prince that was promised and Valyrian being a gender-neutral word. And Aemon is convinced it's Dany because she has dragons. So it's a big kind of a deal there, and I'm glad it carried over to the show. And they at least explain that with Valyrian. Hoss Griffin, thank you. There's Hoss Griffin.
Hey, Hoss.
Hoss says, thank you, Hoss. How excited are you to finally see the Dothraki in action? I'm actually pretty damn pumped about it, because I want them to see the Lannisters, that is, how a fucking Dothraki horde fights.
Yeah, I can't wait.
You heard Robert warn about it in season 1 to Cersei, and of course Cersei does exactly what she shouldn't do, to meet him in open field. So, or maybe they get taken by surprise. I don't know, but I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see him get mowed the fuck down, honestly. And again, nothing personal against the individual Lannister soldiers just doing their duty.
Exactly.
But
they're just like we saw, orders. They have families at home. We know
we saw that last week. At the same time, I want to see Cersei lose. I'm sorry. It's the way it is. Alice Pie. Is that Alice Pie?
I think
Alice
so.
Pie. Thank you, Ali, I'll say. Theon, D&D made it seem like him betting was strictly panic, but strategically it seems like it was the best move. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It was like, okay, he went back to Reek for a minute, but at the same time, does he just charge him? And she knows she's just going to slit her throat. Mm-hmm. So, yes, I kind of think that he actually thought that a little bit. So maybe it wasn't complete Reek mode. That's what I was saying earlier. So we'll see.
Very cool.
He could very well save her life, actually. Also, Terry T. Thank you, Terry,
so
for the super chat. Did you catch Maester Ebros talking to Sam about the history of book Sam is supposed to be writing? I think you're right. It'll end with Sam reading the story to his grandkids or something. Yeah, that was interesting. He was talking about, he was writing the book about the death of King Robert I.
Right.
And then Sam's like, listen, you should name it something more poetic. So, yeah, it could have been a little shout to that. We'll see. And I don't have a problem with the ending like that as long as we actually see the ending before the book thing.
Right. Yeah, we've talked about that before.
Also, Matthew Mayhem, thank you, Matthew. No
Thank
question,
you.
love this channel and keep it up. Thank you so much,
man,
Matthew. Really
thanks.
appreciate it. And appreciate everybody hanging out, all 4,000
really
of you.
do,
It's pretty
man.
damn awesome. I don't know if anybody's checked, Carol, I know you were going to keep up if this thing ended up in some kind of live stream trending thing again, but I haven't checked. But that's very, very cool. Let's see here. A couple more here.
Yes.
Michael Palmer, thank you so much, Michael, but I don't see a question, so I don't know if you meant to have a question there.
Thank you, Michael.
Daniel Green, thank you. No Brand this episode, what's his next vision? His vision has to be, now he'll occasionally check on the Night King. He'll warg ravens and shit like that. But it's got to be the turning of Harrenhal. And I'm going to guess episode 3 or 4, maybe mid-season, he'll find out the truth or see the Harrenhal thing with Rhaegar and Lyanna and give us the backstory on that as the audience before Jon finds out about RLJ himself.
That might be what I look forward to the most.
Yeah, the audience needs confirmation that Rhaegar was the father, not just through an infographic, and he was not a kidnapper. So it's got to be the turning. Also, Angela Santiago, thank you, Angela.
And I just want to say thanks, Daniel, because you know there's a few people that you see over and over and over again, and you're one of them, Daniel, and I certainly appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Angela as well, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi guys, I know y'all don't have time to watch the other YouTubers, but I wanted to shout out. Costume Cinema. Is that Cinematographico?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Cinematographico.
Okay, Costume Cinematographico. If I said that right. She's the only YouTuber that does costume breakdowns. Her videos are amazing. Very cool. I've never heard of that. Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Down.
Costume breakdowns. That's pretty damn cool. And I tell you what, I have come to appreciate the costumes so much more this season after Con of Thrones and what they do, and the behind the scenes story of the cloth video was awesome. I mean, these people, you know, worked every thread out to be just right for this damn show, which is what makes it so damn good. The attention to detail for stuff like that, the visual attention to detail.
The whole up close on Jaime, I couldn't help. I was looking at every little thing about his armor and stuff.
It's absolutely gorgeous. So thank you, Angela. Also, Harsh.
Thank you, Harsh.
Whoop! I jumped the gun again and skipped. Whoa!
Are we that far behind?
I don't know. I think we are.
Holy mackerel!
Harsh. Damn. Okay. Here we go. Okay. All right. Harsh says episode was fantastic. I feel like Littlefinger's time is near. He may die by episode 4 or 5 latest. What do you think? Yeah, I mean,
I'm getting that feeling.
I'm guessing episode 7, just because it would kind of wrap up him for the last final season being all about the White Walker War. But you could be absolutely right. When Arya gets home, it won't take long. So it could very well be.
Yeah, I've been saying,
and they may need a good little mid-season shocker.
I thought he was going to survive. I'm just not feeling that way at all anymore.
Yeah. St. Michelob, thank you again.
Thanks so
Littlefinger, fuck with these Starks, quit choking me out. Exactly.
You know he's thinking that.
Slow minds or quick. I get it backwards. You know what I mean. I thought he was going to repeat that line that Ned told him the first time.
I need to go back to running a brothel and forget all this
quick
political shit.
Yeah, quick temper, slow minds is what I keep trying to say. Also, 2 times, thank you. Do you think Littlefinger will snake his way into controlling Sansa in Winterfell while Jon is gone? Sansa is always a victim, shaking my head. I think he'll try, and I'm going to just say this. I hope this season that she's already playing him, and he will think he's going to do that, but she's already going to have him played, and then when Arya gets there, that may be the way it goes down. So I hope we're wrong, but I agree. We've had this argument. I'm not going to get into a Sansa rant, I promise.
So in your mind, though, you're saying there may be a scene where it looks like she's falling for his bullshit.
Yes, listening to him again.
In your heart, you're going to be saying, this was the scene I expected. She's playing him.
Yeah, she's going to pretend to listen. And maybe she does legitimately listen to a couple of things, but yes.
I think
setting the trap for him is what I'm saying.
If she doesn't, her character totally sucks ass. I'm going to go on record and say that.
Yes,
if she falls for his shit after all she's been through.
Exactly.
I'm done with her. I can't make any excuses for her.
All right. Dual Fan also says, thank you, Dual Fan.
Thank you.
Will Daenerys be given a Maester? Yes, she can get a Maester. She should still have one there for the Stannis left over, but they just made the castle deserted for, I guess, for the show. So, yeah, there should have been a Maester already there when Stannis left the first time. So hopefully we'll see that, but then again, we'll just see where Season 7 takes her. She may not be at Dragonstone the whole time. So, eventually, yes. Let's see. I'll tell you what. We are an hour and 10 minutes. 3,500 viewers. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. But let's take a quick break, and we'll come back and get the rest of these questions and kind of finish talking about the episode as well. So if you guys will be glad to hang out, we'll take a break and come back, and we'll keep on going as long as you guys want to keep chatting. So thanks so much. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
All right, we are back. All right, let's see what we got going on here. I know you wanted to say something really quick before we got started.
I'm going to say...
First off, thank you for all you guys hanging out. Really, really, really cool. We were down to 2,500 people, but that's understandable. Nobody wants to see a "we'll be right back" screen.
No, that's right.
So,
I just want to say two things real quick. Well, you and I both wanted to say.
Yes.
One, our super mod guys. I don't know if you know. We tend to dote on Carol Brown. Well, she's a big help. We met her at con. She's super, and we just want to take a second to wish her cousin Curtis a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Curtis.
He goes by Mr. C.
Mr. C, that's right. That's
Happy
right.
birthday, Mr. C.
Absolutely. And she said he was a GOT fan and said join to subscribe to the channel.
That's right.
So I hope
Welcome
he's enjoying
to the family.
his birthday, and I hope he is here enjoying his birthday and in the Smokescreen family.
You
That'd be
have
very
a
cool.
fantastic aunt.
Absolutely.
And I'd also like to say that earlier, right when we were going to break, I saw my daughter's boyfriend post something. He said his name,
Nick's in the house.
Nick is in the house, and he said he's never been more proud of me. I've known that boy since he was born, and
Very cool.
man, really cool. He's been going through some tough things, so I wish you the best, buddy. Get well soon, and thanks for watching.
So yes, everybody in the chat room, happy birthday, Mr. C, and
Happy birthday, Mr. C.
and glad Nick is doing okay.
That's right.
So absolutely, family first, and we're all family here, All right, we're back up to 2,400 viewers, I believe.
Cool.
Maybe we can break the record again, get it back to 5K. Let's see. All right.
I'm giving out.
I know we're behind on
kisses.
questions, guys. I was trying to take some random ones too here, but I know we're behind. But really quick, let's see where are we at on the episode stuff. We just jotted down, or James did. I can read your writing, man. You write write awesome. I can't write where the shit. It looks like chicken scratch.
I always wanted to be the guy who wrote inside the bubbles on comic books.
Yeah, you could. Yeah,
I always practice my
that exactly.
My print.
I practice the drawing. You practice the writing.
Exactly.
So, let's see. We talked about Jorah and Sam, I believe, and how painful. I saw some people discussing the Theon thing too, and I think they're kind of agreeing like he had to make a choice there about the whole, do I go and she just gets her throat slit, or do I jump and take a chance for later? Yeah, I don't know. I think he made the right choice, honestly, to save her life,
and
at least for a time being.
I was scrambling, getting ready, so I can't wait till we rewatch it because I need to really watch that last scene.
I'm ready to watch it again too. Cersei in the crossroad, we did mention that, and Danny in the council was the other thing. I believe Danny council, we did talk about that a little bit with Olenna. That was kind of cool, and I think what was cool is like, they're all saying we got to go to King's Landing now. You have dragons. You have this giant army. Just go burn some of this down. But then it came back to the King of the Ashes thing, or the Queen of the Ashes thing.
It was mentioned a couple times.
And then Tyrion says, here's what we're going to do. And he goes around the whole damn table, laying out the damn plan. They're all like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. We agree. So
it was that fast.
It was that fast. Awesome. J Scar, Ferrari FP get 5K and James takes off the tie dye. What?
Sweet Daddy Don.
Uh-oh.
You gonna flip out when you see my chest is tattooed tie dye.
That's right. Let me grab these, try to catch up on these super chats here. Okay, Doc Holiday, thank you, Doc.
Thank you, sir.
And thank you to all the Patreons out there. We would not be doing this, I would not be doing this for the last 2 years. Without you guys, I'd still be going to work 9 to 5 and doing this very, very, very part-time. So been chatting with you guys on there with some new stuff as well. So thank you guys so much as usual.
And it trickles down. He's
absolutely
he's really been able to bail me out of a really bad spot in my life.
Yeah, so
a lot to do with
means a lot.
You.
Means the world. Wouldn't be doing this without Patreon. So Doc Holiday, thank you. Was that sword and Ned statue significant? I need to go watch that scene again because it was very quick, and I was like, oh, I love the Ned statue, but I didn't really focus on the sword, so I will check that out. But I just think it was significant in the sense of their traditions, their customs of an iron sword typically laid across their lap. And we'll see if we'll get the whole ice thing back together at some point, because Sansa don't even know, and I don't think Brienne knows. Somebody asked me this in a comment the other day. Brienne's sitting there with half of ice on her hip right now, and she don't even know it. And Sansa doesn't know.
That's a good point.
So
man.
We'll see if that comes back around. Let's see. Lauren Braddock. Thank you, Lauren. John choking Littlefinger sent me back to season 1 with Ned choking Littlefinger outside the brothel. Can we expect a Littlefinger betrayal similar to how he did Ned shortly? He will try if it betters him in his position, but I don't know if he does that to like John, for example, like holds it. Well, John's gone, of course, but if he holds a knife to somebody's throat, I don't know if he can get out of there alive. So it was definitely a callback to that, the whole quick temper, slow minds thing. But I don't think that he would openly do that unless it meant him absolutely winning this game that he's playing. So we'll see. We'll see. Definitely a callback. Talani, Aid Boy, I think it is. Thank you, Talani. Good job, guys. John nailed it with publicly leaving Sansa in charge. No, and he explicitly asked for her advice after the Tyrion Raven feud over. Yeah, I think that meant a lot to her. She was like, no, you can't go south. And they did a good callback to some history about Ned's brother Brandon and his father Ricard being killed by the Mad King, which ties into the you can't trust a Targaryen thing as well. But then, of course, after he gives his reasoning and says the North will be in good hands, leaves it to Sansa. Here's your chance, girl.
Yes.
This is what you've been wanting.
Yeah.
Let's see what you do with it.
She shut up.
It's time to step the fuck up. And then she smiled a little bit and actually respected that and waved by and everything. So now we'll see what she does as essentially queen in the North for at least a while.
Right. And
maybe for good.
If she can, as you say, play Littlefinger, she'll do fine.
Yes.
You know, she's a proud Stark.
Yep.
She wasn't in the
beginning. If she does the same thing that she wants John to do is listen to people advising her,
right,
she will do fine.
I agree.
All right, let's see. Nerd Factor again. Thank you, Nerd Factor. Okay, I lied. P.O. Box unboxing episode.
Have you checked the P.O. Box?
I have not. So if there's something, I have not in the last few. I have not in the last few days. I meant to do that today. Damn it. There's always something I forget to do. So, yes, I'm sorry if I'm supposed to be. I'll go check it tomorrow, and if there's something there, we'll do that Sunday.
If you're some sick Unabomber person and want to see us blow up live on air,
you
send
God.
a pipe bomb.
Don't remind people of shit like that.
Hold on, let me get on the list. Anthrax.
No. Shit. Now I'm going to be in the son of a bitch with gloves. Oh, hell. I'm going to have the post office people go. Can you go through that shit first? Grayscale. Oh, God. So thank you, Nerd Factor. But yes, let me. I'll have to check that. Yeah, for sure. I'll do that tomorrow with gloves.
I'm an idiot.
Mike Bullard. Thank you, Mike. Will Alana's advice to Dany ignore the clever men directly, indirectly cause Field of Fire 2.0? Yeah, that's a great point.
That's
because
true.
Something's got to slip up, where she does have a little bit of that fuck them, let's burn them all thing just for a moment. So that could be it, man. That's right. That's true.
Damn.
That's true.
Good thinking, Mike.
That might make her unleash those at least one time to set that example to make them fear her like Olenna told her. That's a great point, Mike Bullard. Very good.
Really good point.
Good catch. Good catch. Good tie-in. Also, Joshua Hurst. Thank you, Joshua. I do not see a question. I don't know if you meant to have one. Try to get that to a mod if you did. BLW again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Could it be the prince and the princess that was promised, referring to both John and Dany? Absolutely.
I think so.
That's what I've been saying for a couple years now, actually. It's not one person.
And like you said, it doesn't discredit John's birth. And
exactly. The idea of the Valyrian word for prince being genderless actually points to being more than one person, in my opinion. Because otherwise, why even bring it up? You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. I mean, I could be way off, but I think that's basically exactly right. Also, is that Ricky Practitioners?
Ricky Practitioners.
Thank you. Sorry if late in our discussed. How does passing the mantle to Sansa affect Jon's relationship? Does this make them stronger? I think so.
Possibly, yeah.
I think she just gained, even though she said it last episode with the, I think you're really good at this, people love you, don't be stupid type of the conversation they had. Him saying, I'm going to listen to you now a little bit, I'm leaving you in charge, absolutely raises that respect even more. You saw the look on her face. She respected that.
You're right.
So we'll see what she does with it.
He's great at the PR aspect of things, man. He's so good at bringing people together and saying the right thing at the right time.
Also, Joshua Hurst. Thank you, Joshua.
Thanks again, buddy.
What do you think about John and Dany having a baby boy which has to be sacrificed to stop the Long Night? I have said that I think if they do the love thing with them, which I think they will, we will see a child from it to go into Dany's thing about her not being able to have children again, which I think she can now. At the end of Dance with Dragons, she bleeds again, so I think that infers that. But I think that would be born after this war as part of kind of the rebuilding process or whatever you want to call it. So I think the timing will be off for a sacrifice in the sense of to stop the actual long night. I think that would already be done. But I could be wrong. Maybe they move a lot quicker than that, and that is certainly possible.
Right.
I would not shut it down.
Yeah, I just feel like it's coming too fast for that.
Yeah, I agree.
Right
now with the exactly. Carol Brown, what are you?
Carol.
Thank you, Carol. Do not keep doing that. I mean, I can't say that. She'll slap me in person. Thank you, Carol.
Thank you so
for
much
the super chat donation. I miss you win challenge. You contribute to Chris and James' shirtless call to action. Not sure you want to see that. We're not young, spring chickens anymore. But thank you,
Welcome
Carol.
to K97.5. Yeah. This is Marvin Gaye. So let's get it on.
Let's get it on. So I don't know about the whole thing. We could do some green screen effects or something. No, we could do that.
I'm down.
Okay. So thank you, Carol. Let's see. Theon again. Thank you, Theon. Euron was aware of Dany's fleet before he visited King's Landing. Then he smoked the Dorne detachment. Dany's fleet was aware of Euron and used the Dorne detachment as a decoy to move Unsullied on around. I don't think they would do it in that sense of actually having Theon and Yara and the Illyria, these big players, attacked. So I could see
your point there. Yeah.
So I don't think they would use that and purposely put them in that kind of danger, because Euron is a badass sailor and a crazy psychopath, as we saw, which again, I'm loving this Euron as compared to last year. He bored me. So yes, I don't think that was the case. I think this is to legitimately weaken Dany a bit, and we will see. I think we will see the Castle Rock by the trailers. Obviously, the Castle Rock attack will work. And that will kind of cut the legs out from Cersei. I mean, it's her home.
Absolutely.
Home. All right, Nerd Factor, man. Thank you.
Wow.
What are you doing, man? Thank you, sir. I'm at 202.
Okay, I don't think you're sending a pipe bomb now.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Let's go, Carol. If you missed it, I put down like 1K for a charity stream featuring your fans one Sunday. Wow. I hear you, High Roller.
Thank you so much, Nerd Factor. Really, man.
Yeah, no shit, man. Really. And awesome. $1,000 for a charity stream. That's pretty damn cool.
It is.
Let's see here. Lori Perry, thanks so much, Lori. Anyone talk about Qyburn's weapon to kill dragons? Do you think one or two of the dragons will get killed this season? We did early on, and it worries me. The fact that they tested it out and it went through, and they fucked the skull up, man. Come on, that's like history, even if you don't like the Targaryens. Shot a thing right through the damn Valyrian skull. So, I mean, we were saying earlier, we were kind of debating that a bit. Would they set that up just for it not to work?
Yeah.
And by the way, this is the way a dragon died in the Aegon's Conquest when Visenya went to Dorne. Her dragon got killed by a bolt through the eye.
I'll be damned.
So that's that could certainly happen again, and I'm afraid it might. So yeah, it can't be 3 dragons versus White Walkers at the end of this thing. We're going to have a problem, and so that may be it.
If it's not a kill shot, I'm
sure
the thing's
it's definitely
probably
an
barbed.
Yes, it is. It was. They showed it close.
So it can hold it and attach to a rope or something,
yes,
maybe.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
It's definitely a take it out of the fight shot.
Yes.
For sure, if it hits something. So we'll see. I mean, I'm worried about it.
I don't want to see that.
Carol, again, thank you, Carol.
Thank you, dear.
Q&A, what did you notice that Sansa was jaw-jacking Jon until he said, here are the keys to Winterfell after
of course.
that? Exactly.
Yes.
I said that actually during the show. I was like, there you go.
Yep.
There's what you wanted. And then she shut up, and we'll see what she does with it.
Yeah, because I kept saying, I can't believe she's questioning him in front of everybody again after he's already given her
Right.
talk. And
right.
Then, boom, he said that, and...
But it showed that he's willing to listen to her and let her take it over as he goes off on this mission. All right, St. Michelob again. Sansa, episode 1. No one mentioned to Littlefinger. No need to seize the last word, Lord Baelish. I'll assume it was something clever. Yeah, I mean, I just thought it was I didn't mention it in my review or anything, but it was a clever line, and I think that's what points to her already being ahead of him in the game.
Yes.
That's why it's one of the
a good
things that
point.
kind of reinforces what I keep saying about she's already setting the traps for him, and she will let him think she's being played when he's the one actually being played. So I think that's what that meant. I think it certainly supports that. Carla Stark again, thank you, Carla. Great job, guys. Trending at 17 on live streaming. Oh, we are trending now on live streaming. Awesome.
Ooh.
Outstanding. Number 17. I think Carol would know. I think she saw it last week. We were on number 4 or 5, I think, live streaming. Carol, you would know that better than me. I didn't even know it at the time. But awesome. Cool deal.
So cool.
We're up at almost, close to 3,000 again. But I guess people are heading to bed, I'm sure. Let's see. Also,
George.
Yeah, George. Is that Sartiano?
Yeah.
Thank you, George.
Thank you, George.
Love Sun Drop, but seriously, how long before Arya and Littlefinger come to serious issues? I don't know. I don't think it's going to take long. I mean, because it's going to be, quick. Like Arya gets home, hugs her sister. Here's what's happened. I'm alive. Everything's good. Here's what's been going on with both of them telling their stories. But Littlefinger will immediately be in there, and so I don't think it's going to take very long. If I had to pick an episode before it gets serious, I would say the end of the season. There's got to be I don't know, but you kind of need a good mid-season death, so I could see it coming really any time. But you got to have, like right now, he's not doing enough to be killed. He's got to be doing something and be caught doing it. And so I think you have to get Bran there to see the past, perhaps, maybe with the whole Ned thing, holding the blade to his throat. Something's got to happen for him to be killed. And right now, he's not quite there yet.
And George, met you at con, man. Thanks for the support, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, George. Nick Nedley, thank you, Nick.
Thank you, Nick.
What do y'all think about Jamie remembering Ned's son's name over Tarly's? About lost it. Rickon over Dickon. Does that show much respect he has for Ned, or how little he has for a Tarly?
Good question.
Yeah, I thought about that too. I think it was just it was kind of a Jamie moment. You know what I mean? He's still, even though his character arc has changed, he's still a smart ass.
Yeah.
And it just shows that before he had respect for other people, that he didn't really give a damn about anybody else. So I think that's all it really was. And it was kind of a comedy piece, I guess, a little piece of comedy to break up that tension. Because Tarly,
was a piece of comedy.
Randall Tarly is a serious motherfucker.
Yeah.
I mean, he don't smile. He plays the same vampire from Underworld. I said this in my video. If you have seen Underworld, he was a vampire in the last Underworld movie. It's the same fucking character, I'm telling you.
That's so cool.
Except he don't have sharp fucking teeth. Let's see. So, thank you, Nick. Nerd Factor again, thank you. Thank you. From me will be for you to do a charity stream.
I'll be doggone.
Oh, you're saying if I do a charity stream, you'll do 1K. Okay, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
We can do a stream for charity. A lot of
That
charities
would
I
be
support
really cool.
personally. We could do that. We'll set something up like that. Also, Trial by Trivia coming up after the season. We'll be doing another for Guardian Angel Medical Service Dogs. We could set that up. Yeah, we'll do
Very
it.
cool.
That ain't no problem.
I like the way you think, Nerd Factor.
Here is Maester in Training. Lauren,
What's
thank
going
you.
on, girl?
Thank you, Lauren. About lost your question. Love meeting y'all at the con. Here's $10 towards Chris taking off the hat, and James, nice new tie-dye. Everyone go watch his new video and help his new channel.
Oh, thank you.
Yep, absolutely. Just technically your second video, but the actual first video with content about what you're doing. So, absolutely, thank you so much, Lauren.
Brother, your hat is coming off.
100K.
The demand.
I don't know. If we can get everybody
there.
to subscribe and keep subscribing and keep this momentum up every week to week, we might be having it happen soon. I don't know.
I'm going to rig something up where there's a hook dangling down and you can't see it.
That's right.
And I'll be over here fishing.
See, we'll do that. We'll do that at 100K. And yes, I know it seems silly to new people probably. This was never meant to be a thing. It just kind of happened.
Exactly.
I don't know what happened. Y'all started that shit, not me. But
I mean, you
100K.
threw a number out there that you thought would never be reached, and now it's starting to creep.
That's right.
It's
I
like,
did.
Oh hell!
It's not that I don't care. I'll show. I mean, it's just
Exactly.
regular hair. They're going to be underwhelmed,
That's so
but
funny.
it would be cool to get to that number. So if we can keep these numbers up lately, man, we might get there pretty soon.
We really might. With your help, guys.
Be
Thank
very,
you.
very cool. So be sure to subscribe, and even if
word.
you don't have an account, create one and subscribe and click that damn bell because
We're one big happy family here,
YouTube
man.
does not like to notify people at all, even subscribers. All right, let's see. We got, is that Giuseppe? Garofalo?
Giuseppe, I believe.
Giuseppe? Okay, thank you, Giuseppe. Stark words, winter is coming, referring to a person, not a season. Winterfell is where the previous Night King lost the war for the Dawn. Yeah, that's a theory because of the name Winterfell, as in where winter fell. But I'm not so sure because fell is also a word for like a flat piece of land or something to that effect. I could be a little off on that. So it could be just that simple. But I do think the words, you heard Arya say them last week, winter has come for House Frey.
Yes.
You heard Rob say that in season 2, tell the Lannisters winter is coming, 20,000 strong. Those words used to be used like that as a warning,
and it's awesome.
And I think and I think it has something to do with the Night King being a proto Stark.
Bam! I was getting
Everybody
ready.
drink up. So I think that is in fact where they came from. Let's see, Daniel Green. Thank you, Daniel. John is the only person that will be able to marry Dany. No way she will agree to have children without the Targaryen name. Also, it looks like Westeros is almost fully controlled by women. Interesting. Yeah, I definitely think they're heading that way a little bit. And there will be a change of the rule, so to speak, of the system of government in some small way, at least the beginning of it, during the Dream of Spring era, as far as the last book, if we ever get it. And also, obviously, season 8 of the show. So I think that's where they're heading. And yeah, that's true. We'll see what happens if they have the love story. I'm sure they probably will before he finds out who the fuck he actually is.
You want to check Streamlabs real quick?
I do. Let me grab these two really quick.
All right.
St. Michelob again, thank you.
Thank you.
Is all just part of Rick's coma dream. Yes, absolutely. This whole thing is taking place during the dream of Rick Grimes. And we will see in season 8 Rick wake up and it was all just a fucking dream.
That's gonna suck.
There has never been a zombie apocalypse or a Westeros.
Not at all.
So, yes, St. Michelob, absolutely. George, again, thank you, George.
Thank you,
Sartiano. He has hair, y'all. Met them both at con, and not only were they awesome, but he had, trust me, the hair exists. Thank you, George. Thank you. See, people think I'm bald. I'm not. It really was not a thing. It just happened. So, George, did you sneak a look, though? I don't remember taking it off at the booth. I don't know.
I was thinking that when I was reading it.
Maybe I did to scratch my head and probably wasn't thinking about it. Yeah, see, I don't know. But George is correct. Either way. All right. Let's see. Let me check Streamlabs really quick. Where did we leave off here? We had can't wait for a new episode, I believe. Nope.
Oh, no, there's the old one.
Okay, yeah, there was we had this one.
And then I think Bam Bam's the first one.
Okay, so.
Maybe?
Wait a minute. No, I think.
No.
Goodwill. Is that where we're at?
I swear, it seemed like you read.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Okay.
We did. Okay, so Bam Bam. Thank you,
Thank
Bam
you, Bam Bam.
What do you guys think of the episode? I looked more for like it looked more like a filler. Also, the crossbow does not account the scales. That's true.
Yeah, if it's not a direct shot, it may.
That's right. It could. Yeah, it's got to be direct 90 degrees.
Yes.
It can't be like towards the as it's coming towards. I agree. So we'll see if they come up with that kind of detail. But yeah, I mean, no, I don't think the episode was filler. Actually, I think everything and that's what I'm actually liking about this season is there's not a lot of filler in my opinion. I mean, there's a couple things that you still have to develop some characters a little bit more for the end game or set up what they're going to do. But for the most part, every scene is moving this story forward fast.
Right.
I mean, faster than any standard TV show.
Yeah.
I mean,
last week we had Sam cleaning out the
show the time, and that was really showing time.
That seemed as close to anything as far as filler in these first 2 episodes for me.
I agree. Yeah, so I think like you had Dany moving the scene along with her plans to invade. That was setting up the Lannister, Castle Rock and all that stuff that we're going to see. I thought the sea battle obviously weakened her. That's important to the story.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's going to be Euron's gifts to Cersei. So I don't think there was really any filler. Jorah getting cured, actually being cured by Sam, behind their backs, behind Ebros's back. So I don't really think there was filler.
And we haven't mentioned how we were cringing thinking, you were saying, if that was me, I'd have more than gloves on. I would be,
So they just walk around the cell like, or the cell, you know what I mean, the hospital room,
right?
In the infirmary, like I'd have a full fucking bodysuit on with a mask and shit, and armor.
Man.
I mean, they're just walking around, maybe gloves, but that's it.
And Sam was already warned.
He was like right here, carving off, and I didn't see gloves. I mean, he might have gloves on, but it's like, what if your hand slips?
Yeah,
or he jerks.
Maester said, "Yeah."
I mean, what if he jerked and smacked, with this arm and smacked Sam in the face while he's peeling that shit off? He's done.
Just in so much pain he couldn't help it.
Just bang. So I don't know. Let's see, Rakan 67, thank you. Q&A, what do you think will Dany's betrayal to love? I did watch Dragon Race Rebels Part 1 through 4.
Hey now.
Have you changed your mind? Not really. I haven't put a lot more thought into the love thing, except for the fact that it could be Jon at the end to save the world in some way. That's the only thing I've been thinking about as far as this betrayal. Now, in the show, of course, they didn't show the 3 betrayals or mention that with the whole prophecy thing. But in the books, at least, it could be something. A lot of people think Nisa, something with a sword. I don't believe in magic swords, but it could be something to that effect. As far as they fall in love, but something's got to be done in some way. It might not be even a direct, a sacrifice.
Right.
But something to save the world has to be done, and it could come off as a betrayal. You know what I mean? So, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't wait to get to all that in the books, Since
yeah,
I haven't been in the show, I
so much more
go
stuff
by what
there.
you're talking about.
Yep. Also, Lauren W. Thank you, Lauren. I guess this is Lauren Wagstaff again.
That's
I'm not sure.
I would guess.
But it may not be. So thank you, Lauren. Hi guys. Did you see Euron's crew cutting out tongues of Yara's crew just doing that to record my own? Yes, absolutely. After your own podcast. So sorry if you are already addressed this. No, we actually haven't.
We have not.
I meant to mention that. Thank you, Lauren. Yeah, you saw him cutting out their tongues because Euron has everybody muted, which is why it's called the silence. He's a fucking psychopath. He doesn't want to hear anybody's shit.
I'm already hating him.
So he is a perfect... I think he is kind of shaping up to be the perfect badass villain, honestly.
Yeah.
So maybe he will... He is kind of making Ramsay look like a Boy Scout.
Man. See, again,
that's hard to imagine.
That scene.
Yep. Okay, can't wait for a new episode again. Thank you. Sam told the Maester at Old Town that the reasons they don't get a Raven because the Maester Aemon was sick, therefore no one can send a Raven. That is true. Yes, good point. They did actually say that because they hadn't been updated on everything, so that makes sense. So I wouldn't really believe that, but I guess for the story, for the show, it makes sense.
Thanks a lot.
Because Aemon had, stewards that knew how to do stuff.
Sure.
But yeah, so that would make sense in the show. They actually did say that. You're correct. Because they had no idea who Sam was or what was going on in the Night's Watch whatsoever. Let's see. Joe Butler. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Joe Butler.
Y'all reckon we got a dangerous Littlefinger in Winterfell no more now more than ever. My father thinks Littlefinger will have Brienne killed. Did we also get confirmation of Greyjoy's lack of twig and berries?
Grey Worm.
I'm sorry. Yeah, pretty much. I think
so.
I think so because he went downtown, if you know what I'm saying. He went down south. I mean,
they made a point of showing that.
They made a point of showing that, exactly.
Because remember, I was saying maybe he slipped through the cracks and everything.
Right.
No, I left that scene going. No, he didn't slip through the cracks.
Right.
Yeah. Bless his heart.
But in the sense of Littlefinger, in the sense that he is between a rock and a hard place now. So yeah, in that sense, he's more dangerous than ever. Depending because he can
That's
still.
a good point.
He can still. He's still got Knights of the Vale there apparently.
Right.
So they got to be careful. That's something to certainly take into consideration. Let's see, where are we at with Bam Bam? Thank you, Bam Bam.
Thank you so
hey
much.
guys, what do you think of the episode? It's more. Oh no, I'm sorry. That was. Oh, it was okay. It was a repeat.
Maybe we didn't answer it for a while, so they tried to repeat
it was. I'm sorry, Bam Bam. That
Sorry
was
about
two
that, Bam
times. So yeah, I apologize. I didn't. Yeah, that is actually a repeat question. So that was the question about the filler. Okay, thank you, Bam Bam, so much.
Thank you.
T is that Franciette?
Yes.
You love y'all. Will Arya kill Cersei using Jaime's face? I like this and I don't like this. idea, I mean, as far as Arya. I like the idea of Arya actually taking care of Cersei because, you know, you want her to complete her list, but you don't because you want her to kind of get back and be normal and not be a psychopath killer.
Does it still fulfill the Valonqar?
But it would fulfill the Valonqar because it's kind of Jaime.
I could see that.
But now I don't know because she is going home, and yeah, so I would love it to be Jaime only because it would be so poetic for it to be Jaime the entire time. She's always thinking about Tyrion. She thinks it's Tyrion. She basically says that. She lives by this prophecy, and therefore she never knew it was right under her nose the whole time as far as the kill of the Valonqar. So Jaime makes sense to me. Actual Jaime, not Jaime's face.
Right.
Let's see here. X-File Monty, thank you. You guys have the best after-show live stream. Keep up the good work.
Oh, thank you.
I'm headed to rewatch the episode,
much.
but I'll be back if you manage to go for another hour. Thank you, X-File Monty. I need to rewatch it again, too, and get ready for the review video and preview video as well. So I'm glad you enjoyed. Thanks so much for hanging out. Really appreciate that. Is there any update on the whole stream thing? We're back at 2,800, I guess. Something.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said we were on some kind of another trending thing, another live stream trending.
I hope so, man.
That'd be very cool. Let's see. Also, Daisy Flower. Thank you, Daisy.
Thank you. My
Cersei,
mom's favorite flower. I'm sorry. It just came to mind.
Cersei, I don't ever underestimate. Euron is badass, and I don't think he will be prepared for the long winter White Walkers. But then again, it's Game of Thrones thoughts. Cersei, the only reason I underestimate Cersei is because she makes the stupidest decisions.
Right. You don't underestimate her desire.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
That's better than I could have put it. You don't underestimate her desire and her willingness to do whatever
it
but
takes.
Everything she plans absolutely backfires. She is dumb.
That's terrible.
Because it's not that she's dumb, it's just that she wants to be Tywin so bad that she's blind to things.
That's a good point.
She's blind to some realities.
She does want to be Tywin.
Absolutely. She wants to be Tywin's heir and everything. But I will say this as far as Euron. Yes, I think it would be, and I said this also about Littlefinger. These characters like Euron, Littlefinger, that are more in it for power, and they don't really know anything about or believe anything about White Walkers and magic. I think it would be very poetic for them to die that way. I've said that about Littlefinger, and Euron would actually fit that pretty good too. For him to finally be taken out by a supernatural thing like a White Walker, whatever. But I also just want it to be straight up Theon. This may have set up the Theon jumping off the boat.
Yeah.
May have set up Theon's final redemption of killing Euron.
Hey, that's cool.
So I think that's another. I mean, he had to think about that, and I know people have talked about that. And we talked about it earlier, but I think it was almost the right decision, although it didn't look good.
Right.
Because Yara had the tear coming down, like, oh shit, he's still fucked up. But I mean, what is he going to do? If he goes forward, she's dead.
Yeah.
So I think that sets up Theon doing that.
And it just reminded me of something we need to point out to that other question about wearing Jaime's face. Jaime would have to be dead.
Yes.
So, I'm trying to think of a scenario where Arya's there when Jaime is dead, whether she killed him or not.
Right.
To take his face, then to go do that. So I just don't see that happening.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, he's got to be dead, and it fits better poetically, at least in my opinion,
for him to just
do it
he's
straight
got
out.
To.
Hey, excuse me, sorry about that. Let's see. Hold on one second here. Alwyn Jeba says Q&A. Nymeria didn't follow Arya because Arya is now no one. Essentially, the idea was that
that a little bit.
Essentially, it was like, to me, the way I took it is we will see Nymeria again, but they're just not. It's almost like Arya wasn't the same person.
Yeah.
Nymeria wasn't the same wolf in her eyes, right. What she was saying, but they were in two different places. But I think we'll see that again. We'll see Nymeria's pack again.
Alwyn Jeba, I thought the same thing a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's no one now, and there's a sense.
And it kind of makes her realize that. It kind of makes her realize that she's changed because she saw. That's why she said, "It's not you," as in. It's not you, but you're also a reflection of me.
Yep.
Because they had that connection.
Dude, I think you're right.
So I think that's what it was pointing to.
That's really cool.
All right, let's see. I saw
deep stuff, man.
It is, man. It is, and it's just a TV show, not even the books. Imagine that. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, man, we got a lot more super chats coming in. Damn.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
We're behind.
Rock and roll, man.
We're trying. I'm getting hoarse here, so James going to start reading questions.
Just throw me a name and I'll read it.
Let's see. Somebody, did I miss something? Hold on one second. Before Carol's, somebody said something about. No, we did that one. Nope, we did that one. All right. Okay. Let's see. So we're at.
There we go. No.
Okay, right here. Nerd Factor.
Okay.
Okay.
So we got Nerd Factor again. Thank you so much, Nerd Factor. J Scar, you skipped some super chat. Chris, before Carol's $100.
Oh, so that's okay.
So go up to Carol's $100.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking for. So there's Carol.
Okay,
yes.
so
Okay.
Carl the First.
Oh no, and J Scar. Okay, there we go. Okay, I apologize, guys. I didn't ever saw him.
Man,
Sorry,
you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's see. We did this one here. Oh no. Wow, we got a whole section.
What the?
Oh, okay. We did Carla. Okay.
So
Trending at 17, guys. So Carla says.
Okay.
Thank you, Carla. That was at 42. Okay, so yeah, I don't know how we missed a
that
group.
One,
yes.
Start.
Yeah,
okay.
we have not seen this one.
Stephen Hart or Stephen Hart, however, I think it's Stephen Hart. Y'all are the only show to watch after God. Thank you. Do you get the feeling first episodes not much action, but go by fast as fuck? Maybe it's just expectations. I do. I think they fly by, and I think it is expectations.
Yeah, and not only literally fly by, but the time. There's a lot of times passing in the show. In the actual show.
I agree. But yeah, I do. I think they fly by.
Yeah, and like I said, you need these things though to move this story along, not just the battle scenes and action. So
you're right.
I think so far the pacing has been great. I mean, it's not too slow, but it's not. So there's filler, but it's not super fast. So you're like confused about what the hell's going on. It's all just moving so fast and people are coming together.
And Angela Santiago, thank you so much, Angela, says, people think that Bran will warg a dragon. Do you think that Bran could warg the dead Starks? The former Kings of Winter have swords on their tombs, and in the show, they have skeletal wights.
Yeah, I mean, we've actually talked about this a little bit before.
Yeah.
Thank you, Angela. But I don't think, honestly, there's a lot of those left because in the books, at least, the iron's damn near gone. Most of the iron's gone. There's not even swords left. So there's no iron. Ain't no bones left either.
That's what I was going to say.
So I just don't think there's much down in there, in the tombs, the crypts to raise from the dead.
Yeah.
But people have speculated that perhaps there's a magical barrier with Bran the Builder being part of Winterfell, and that they couldn't raise the Whites in the crypts or raise the Kings of Winter in the crypts. So they could be the army to go against the Whites. So there's a lot of cool speculation there, but I don't know. I just don't think, if we're being realistic, anyway, that there's much down there except for the ones recent, and it'll be like 10 people. You know what I mean? So I don't think so.
Well, you've also mentioned too that what the Night King really has is that necromancy thing. Like he can just animate dead bodies, basically. And that is a little different than just warging, you know. So I don't see Bran warging skeletons and stuff like that.
Right, I think it's got to be a living, breathing thing. Right. But then again, we could be wrong. This is a magical world.
All guessing. Jay Scar, thank you so much, Jay Scar, and sorry it's taking so long to get all these. Chris and James, both of you have daughters. If you had to pick a guy from Game of Thrones to marry your daughters, who would you pick? Can't be Jon.
Oh, see, it can't be Jon. It's got to be Jon. I mean, because I'm not picking any. I'm just going to say this, Jay Scar. If I can't pick Jon, if I had to pick somebody, I'm not picking anybody else from this damn show for my kid. I'm sorry.
I'm leaning towards Tyrion now.
He was a whore
dog.
I mean,
I
wouldn't take into account the age, but yes, I mean.
Oh yeah.
If we're not talking about age and just like the quality of the dude. I would say Tyrion or Jon. I would agree with that. But other than that, no, we're not settling here.
Right. And she's staying away from Podrick. I don't know what the hell's going on with him, but I'm not getting her mind screwed up.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Podrick is a cool cat, and I don't know, but I just don't even want to picture that. Okay. All right. Thank you, Jay Scar.
So here we go. Carl the First. Thank you, Carl the First. Says, hey guys. So we assume season 7 is Iron Throne War, and season 8 is War for Dawn. Any chance D&D keep Dany off the throne into season 8, mixing both wars across both seasons? Seems season 8 might suffer if it's fantasy elements.
Yeah, that's
only.
a good question, and I think they actually are in a way now. I know I've said many times they'll get rid of the politics in season 7, and then basically focus on the War for the Dome, but. I guess I didn't really mean that in a sense of, all right, there's no more King's Landing and Cersei. You know what I'm saying? I meant that It's more about, okay, they're going to, because Jon's going to reach out to Cersei. I'm just telling you it's going to happen. Because he's trying to, he's trying to get everybody involved and give them a chance to live. To give the best chance to the Seven Kingdoms.
Dangerous meeting, man.
Absolutely. So in that sense, there will be some political stuff left over, and I'm sure that will happen this season. But I think the majority of it will still be the actual war. But I still can certainly cross over because it is essentially kind of the same thing if you think about it. It's almost like going back to Stannis when he realized I have to be the king. I need to save the kingdom instead of becoming the king to save the kingdom.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So Dany's going to figure that out. So it will kind of cross over, and I think she'll realize that she's not meant to sit on the damn thing. She's meant to save the place. That's the whole Quay thing. Remember who you are. In my opinion, that's a book thing only. But remember who you are. The dragons do. You're not. She's going to realize her destiny, so to speak, if you believe in that type of thing, is for her to help save the realm and not sit the throne.
Right.
Now, she may have the power to and decide not to, and I have said many times that I think she will actually have it melted down. But yeah, I mean, that's true. You can't overdo it with just magic and war for 6 episodes. So there's still got to be some stuff going on as far as other people and maybe some, but just not a lot of political stuff left. It's more about survival and working together and things like that, I think.
I don't want to see Jon go to King's Landing and her sitting on the Iron Throne. I can't help but think of like Ned's brother and Dad.
Yeah,
how that meeting went.
Right.
Something she'd have something set up. All right.
Okay, so now I think we're back
ones.
down to we got the missed ones. So thank you, Nerd Factor, for reminding us of those. Sorry, Jay Scar, we missed that. So now we are at is that Cootie 2K12.
Yeah,
Cutie. I said Cootie. Oh shit. Cutie.
My fingers are crossed.
Thank you, Cutie. Do you think that Nymeria's? Do you think that was Nymeria? Arya somewhat confused me. Couldn't tell if she literally meant it wasn't her. She's saying that's not her character. Yeah,
I think it was meant to be confusing.
It was. It was absolutely Nymeria, the real Nymeria, but she was saying yes as far as character, not the same wolf. Literally a mirror reflection of Arya, not the same wolf as she was. So I think we will see Nymeria again, but that was her. Too damn big not to be a Nymeria.
Exactly.
All right.
Danette.
Yep.
Pagel. Let's see. It says, how do you think the Sansa and Hound reunion will go? Sansa and Arya. So Sansa and Hound first.
Yeah. I'm really interested in that because a lot of people think that in the books, at least, there was a kiss that didn't happen, and you kind of saw that in the show a little bit when she's like, "You won't hurt me," and he was leaning really close to her. So a lot of people question that, but then he got with Arya. I mean, was with Arya, not got with Arya. He was with Arya. But I think I would be very interested to see that. I've always said that I would like to see the whole, if this thing ends and they're alive.
Yeah.
Sansa and Tyrion, because they were married.
Yep.
And he really treated her well. She mentioned that this episode, as a matter of fact. Tyrion's not like the rest of the Lannisters.
That's right.
That made me think of that again. But I don't know if you think that the Hound has feelings for her and the Beauty and the Beast thing. I think it would be fitting, actually, either with Tyrion or the Hound, because she's the beauty. Then she wanted her, knight in shining armor like Loras, or at the time Joffrey, before she knew the asshole he was. But it would be so poetically beautiful for her to end up in a true relationship with like a Tyrion or Sandor Clegane.
Yes,
literally Beauty and the Beast story within the story. I think it'd be outstanding either way. I think that would be awesome.
And he has become that. I'm talking about the Hound now. He has become lovable.
Absolutely.
He had a wall before,
Yeah, and he's really opened up and cares about people and shows his respect now. And he's still going to be funny asshole, but it's just he's just changed so much.
Freaking Archie Bunker.
Top 2 characters.
All right, so we have Maester in training. Thank you so much. It says, as for the Hobbit / Game of Thrones arrow, isn't dragonbone nearly impenetrable? Maybe that's why they used it to see if it would work. Oh,
it seems to have more magical properties. Yeah, I think so. I think that's kind of what they're. But it was also a little bit of. Could that have been foreshadowing that it actually works on Drogon, since Drogon kind of represents Balerion the Black Dread?
He does. Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's absolutely true. Why they use Dragonbone, for example, the Valyrians in their weapons.
Right.
As for hilts and stuff, it is stronger. And all black, by the way, not like on the show where they had a white skull. It should be pure black.
Okay.
But that's just because I understand the visual of that. It needs to be white. But yeah, I think that's exactly right. And I hope it didn't foreshadow anything that's actually going to happen. Let's see. MLG Chrome says, thank you. Can you look at my messages in the chat? It's
really tough.
Absolutely hard to see. I don't see.
I mean, if we knew where it was at, it could be found, but they're flying by.
And that's kind of
maybe get a one of the mods to grab it and highlight it.
Yeah, if you can get to find Lala or Carol or J Scar or somebody, they can get your question or comment or whatever it may be.
But thank you so much.
But thank you. That is what Super Chat is for. If there's something there, you could also type it there for sure, and we couldn't miss it. I mean, guys, I know a lot of people were frustrated when we can't get to everybody's questions, but literally, this is, we got 3,000 people. It's a blur, and I have to literally just kind of click randomly to stop the chat from moving just so I can grab random questions. So I know people are frustrated with that sometimes, and I apologize. We try to get to as many as we can.
We really, really do.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, there's one from Hoonjob.
What's up, Hoonjob?
Hoonjob in the house, Q&A. Not about this episode. Do you think Catelyn will give Jon the kiss of life in the books and Barrett gives kiss of life to Jon in the show?
That's about interesting. Because you do have a theory.
I think that in the show, and this is just speculation, that Barrett will give the kiss of life to the Hound in the show. Because he keeps saying, the Lord's not done with you. There's too many references to that. So the Hound, I think, is the one, since he saw this, and I believed it more last week with the flames and him seeing the vision. So in the show, I think that's the way it goes. In the books, I think that makes good sense for Catelyn to actually do that for Jon, but she's too far gone now. I think that Arya will take out her mother in the books.
Okay.
That will be the Arya role, I think, to stop the vengeance thing about her. So there's a different dynamic there. And it's not really her mother, technically. She's kind of dead, and it's just a zombified killing machine. So that's my guess, just right now.
In the books, she was a bitch to Jon, just like in the show.
Oh, she was worse.
Okay.
She's an asshole in the book. She hates Jon, blames him for. I don't understand how people can blame kids for their damn being a bastard.
Man.
But she hates Jon, and yeah, she's horrible.
Even as Lady Stoneheart. And with those feelings towards Jon, could you see her getting
hell,
Jon?
I think she would just hang Jon just because she could.
I'll be damned.
So I don't think she would have that remorse at all.
I'll be damned.
All right, let's see here.
So yeah,
is it?
Have we done? We haven't done this one right yet.
Wait a minute. Yeah, wait a minute. We got another from Steven, but not this one, right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, Stephen Hart. Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you.
You are the only episode to watch. Shot of Sansa and Godswood and trailer. Did Bran just show her Littlefinger's treachery in the throne room with a knife to the throat? I think that's possible. The look on her face is odd. So she just learned something, and I think that could be it. I think that's certainly a possibility. And I don't know, maybe you brought this up last week or we talked about it, but I had said this or responded to it or something. I think that could be very well exactly what she just learned.
Right.
Like she got the confirmation of Littlefinger being who he actually is, the absolute confirmation that he did something horrible to Ned. So I think that could be fit very well.
Very cool.
Lori
Perry, thank you so much. It says Arya is wearing needle on her left hip and on her right. On her left hip and on her right. Arya is left-handed. It would make sense that she'd wear it on her right.
Yeah, she should.
Think there could be two Aryas, faceless men, in Westeros now.
Ah, that's interesting. I didn't really pay attention to I saw her pull needle out, and I didn't really pay attention to which side it was just in the first viewing. So that's interesting. But I've seen it both ways. Jamie went ahead and switched hands. I think he did switch sword sides because you would think you want to cross draw, but some people don't. They want it on their same side so they can draw it reverse.
Right.
So I don't really know, but I don't think there's two Aryas as in faithless men. I just don't think they're going to be involved anymore, and on the show at least. They definitely have something else going on in the books. They're in the Citadel, ties into Sam a little bit, and a certain book called about dragons. But in the show, I think we're basically done with the faceless men. Let's see. Also, Carol again. Carol Brown. Thank you, Carol. Tenfold observation. Doesn't Arya's behavior strike you as being like the seventh god, the stranger, who represents death? She passes by folks who don't know how lethal she is now. Yes, a lot of people have attributed her to the stranger before.
Really?
Some people try to assign a lot of these characters to the stranger, the mother, the maiden, the mother, maiden, father, crone, etc. And we came up. So I think she can certainly represent that. And as a matter of fact, we had this kind of tenfold theory about how this thing ends with like 7 people maybe, because the 7 have the faith of 7 have no power. None of the followers have any magic. They're just, I mean, it's like, why is it here?
Yep.
Is it just to be the Catholicism taking over with the Andals when they came over to Westeros? But if this ends and you think about the faces of God, right? You have the mother, the maiden, the smith, the stranger, the warrior, father, and what did I miss? But they all represent, an aspect to rebuild society.
That's right.
So that was kind of our going off the tenfold thing, an idea that we had about like who could end up living through this thing, and with a Dream of Spring.
And you're right also, Carol. Chris has to deal with this in real life. Passes by folks who don't know how lethal he is.
That's right.
This son of a bitch is a damn black belt 40 times over, and anyway, but he comes off as just this nice guy.
Yeah, I mean, I can connect with Arya because we've trained in the same place. We have the same degree of lethality. Okay, JO26, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
How is it that Varys didn't know Euron had been in King's Landing and was coming? Danny will want to fire him. That's a good question. But we really didn't get enough of that conversation to really know. Maybe that comes up next. But that's true because they went off and didn't know that Euron had been there. But that kind of brings into question what we talked about last week with the little birds. Does he come back and does he still have that power that Qyburn now has?
Yeah, you'd like to think he does.
So I think he would, but it may have been just something convenient so we get a surprise attack. But that doesn't mean that he didn't know either, because it was a surprise attack.
That's a good question.
It really is.
J.O.
It really is. But then again, being a surprise attack, he could know that Euron was there making a deal with Cersei or whatever, but not necessarily the details.
Yeah.
That he had been there, that they were trying to form an alliance. But then again,
would piss Danny off though.
But then again, think about Euron didn't tell Cersei any details at all.
No,
so
he did
it was
not.
just like, I'll come back with a gift for you. That's all he said. So therefore, Varys' birds would not have known that to pass it along.
Yeah.
So I think that's what would explain it, because I do think he still has power there with the birds.
I hope.
But that's a great question, Jo. Ruth Wern, thank you, Ruth.
Thank you.
Arya turning around is a critical mistake. She felt too connected to her family to be faceless. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Yes. You mean turning around to go home, I guess?
Yeah. I don't know if that's a critical mistake or not.
Yeah, I think that's the right move. I could be misunderstanding the way the question's typed. I don't want to misrepresent what you're typing. But I think it was the right move because you don't want to see this dark sister, to quote a Targaryen sword.
Yeah.
But you don't want to see this Stark that we all love go down this path of just complete killing machine vengeance, exactly what she hates.
Yes.
Like Lady Stoneheart. So anyway.
And I'd like for her to, get up there, and there's a good chance that Bran's coming to Winterfell also. So I mean, I want them, I want the three to be together, Sansa, Bran, and Arya. At least, I mean, we know we're probably going to lose one or two of them in this battle. So I want them to have a little family moment. I really do. Yeah,
I do too. And of course, that's going to be missing Jon.
Yeah.
But we should get that as well, I hope. All right, so we are at 2 hours and 11 minutes. I don't know about work tomorrow or whatever, so do you want to do another session? Take a quick break, do another session?
I really
I'm
enjoy
down
this.
too. We still have 3,000 people, so and a few more
Hang
questions
out,
to catch
guys.
up on. So yeah, let's do that. We'll take another quick break really quick and come back. And as long as you guys want to hang out, we'll hang out. And Carol, I see you grabbing questions, so we'll grab some of those too. So yeah, more sun drops and whatever you're drinking. And we'll say Proto Stark a couple times, and we'll be right back. Here we go. Here we go. All right. We're back in action. Let's see. Also, really quick before we get started, my buddy Corey's on here somewhere. And let me grab your thing, Corey, because Nerd Factor asked earlier. Let me see if I can find it. Damn, there's so many. We're so behind.
Son of a gun.
My buddy Corey's on here. Corey, he's a friend of mine who likes the damn Saints for some reason. And I think our camera got moved. Let me fix this camera. Riddick has knocked this camera over. I apologize, guys. Let me move that back to there.
There we are.
Sorry about that. Riddick apparently hit his giant ass tail. Apparently hit the camera stand. So anyway, Corey, I'm trying to find his name. Anyway, Corey has a daughter named Caroline, and she had cancer, and now she's thankfully cured. Awesome. and doing good. But St. Jude's, this was something I was going to do a long time ago.
Right.
Corey was doing T-shirts to raise money for charity for St. Jude's and traveling back and forth because he lives in Louisiana. St. Jude's was in Tennessee. So that would be something we can definitely set up because Nerd Factor was talking about dropping $1,000 on a charity stream.
Yes.
So we can set that up a bunch of different ways. Tarzan with Trial by Trivia can do something like that, or us alone, whatever. But Corey had dropped a question here somewhere, and Corey, I'm trying to find it. We were behind apparently. And let's see here, trying to find it. Okay, it was not in my list here. Let me just look up here and see.
And you sure it was Super Chat, not Streamlabs?
I'm not sure actually. I could, yeah. Let me refresh this and see. I saw his name though. Okay, here we go. Okay.
Yes.
Was this?
Who dat?
Oh, is this who? Okay, Corey, was that Who Dat 1976? Who Dat? I told you, he was a damn Saints fan. Great episode. Love final fight scene. A new villain arrives. Yes, Euron is finally living up to the name Euron, as in the book Euron. So I don't know if Corey, if you read the books, but. Yeah, he's a lot closer now than he was last year. It was like, okay, he's going to die soon because he's not even really Euron. But anyway, what I was saying, I wanted to get to Corey's question really quick because, this is something we could set up. St. Jude will be a wonderful charity that's actually helped somebody personally I know,
right,
and that I care about, and everybody's cancer has touched all of us in some way, shape, or form. Everybody. Carol and I were talking about stuff earlier. With her family,
yes,
we need to set that up. We're going to do something with that, one way or the other.
I'm all in.
So we'll definitely do that. I don't want people to think we're on here just answering people's questions for money. It's not. We came on here 9 weeks ago or 10 and didn't even know what the fuck a super chat was.
I know it was such
so and by all means it does help. So I'm not saying it's great, but I would love to give back like that. That's awesome. So thank you, Corey.
Matter of fact, since you've learned about Super Chat, I've seen you donating to other people's streams.
I have, yes, I have.
Because it's so cool to see it pop in there.
Exactly. And it guarantees you get seen. And that's just the way they set it up. So anyway, I wanted to bring it up. So thank you, Corey, for reminding me of that as well. Let's see here. We had I think we're on
Shelly Olsen again. Hey, Shelly. It says, what's the chance Jon fights Tormund as a white?
Oh, man.
There is a chance.
There is absolutely a chance. Everybody can't live. And
it'll break Jon's heart, but he will throw the Valyrian steel right to his ass.
Well, the Valyrian steel won't help a white, though.
Oh, the white, yeah.
Yeah,
that's right.
See, it's only fire. And that's what confused me about the trailer. When we see them fighting up there, which could be the Arrowhead Mountain we talked about, in the flames or the sound scene, whatever this little place is, they're fighting in the trailer, which is obviously beyond the wall.
Mm-hmm.
There was like Jon cutting down it looked like a person. It looked like a wildling. Like it just fell, and a white would keep going.
Well, it said tonight. He said when he was talking about getting that dragon glass. He said, and we know it helps kill the White Walkers and the army of the dead. And he was talking about dragon glass at that time.
Yeah, and see,
and that threw me when he said that.
Yeah,
but he clearly said, and their army of the dead.
That's true. But we know from a previous...
You just got to beat them down till they can't move anymore.
We saw it Hardhome. We saw it the Fist of the First Men. That's how Sam got saved by fire. They have to be chopped up basically, or you know. So dragonglass is all for White Walkers, not for whites.
But there is a good chance he will.
Yeah, there's a chance that we're going to see something like
over
that.
There gung ho at you know.
I hope Tormund lives, ends up in the Dreadfort or whatever as a member of society and all that stuff. But I don't know. It's not going to be pretty. Everything.
Lenian Nichols asks, do you think Jon will bend the knee to Dany, and would Dany make the same deal she made with Yara and let him continue to rule in the North as king? Great question.
Yeah, that is a good question. I did see, you know, I don't think Jon will bend the knee. I said that earlier a little bit in the stream. I think he will basically say, look, we ain't got time for all this stuff. Here's what's going on. Try, you know, to hold his ground and convince her that this is more important. Now, he may say something along the lines, look, once this is over, you can have the damn kingdoms. I don't want to be king. I didn't ask for this shit. But she did say last season, when Tyrion said, what if everybody else starts demanding their independence? She said they're not demanding, they're free to ask. So that could happen. That could happen where Jon says, after this, I'll help you take the damn Iron Throne or whatever. Just you got to help us save it or save the world. So, yeah, I don't think he'll straight up bend the knee.
But if it all works out, I could see her doing the same thing she did with Yara.
Yeah.
With him,
yep.
I could.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maester in Training says, James, Pod is the man. She should be so lucky.
Yeah.
Talking about Brooklyn. Brooklyn. If you're watching, you stay away from Podrick.
Yeah, for many of them.
He's got something magical.
Also, Allie Spy again. Thank you, Allie. Who's even in charge of Castle Rock? Exactly, some Lannister cousin right now. Apparently.
Exactly. Yeah. I was thinking that too.
So everybody's dead. So yeah, I mean, we just got to assume it's some Lannister cousin or whatever. All is pie. Oh, all is pie. I'm sorry. I just saw that. I just put sorry. I'm slow. So it's not. Thank you. All is pie.
That's
it's just
funny,
all together, you know. So I'm sorry. But thank
Spy?
you either way.
We were saying all kind of stuff.
Alley Spy.
Lispy?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Saint Michelo, thank you.
Thank you so
maybe
much.
Arya wargs Nymeria later by accident. I would still love to see them introduce that in the show. I mean, you could do it now. So maybe we'll see something like that where she gets back to Winterfell and maybe she starts having wolf dreams again or something. Maybe they saving it.
I would love that.
I would love it. So yeah, that could happen. Let's see. Nerd Factor again. Thank you. Daniel Dimon. Have you noticed that in the last Daniel Dimon, is this a question for somebody else?
Might have been.
I don't know. Thank you either way.
Thank you.
From Daniel, have you noticed that in the intro that the sea by the wall is frozen? Yes, we have. Somebody pointed it out to me after we did the Hound video.
Right.
Went back and watched, and damn sure it is. When it not when it goes in, but when it zooms back out and the little thing flashes really quick, it is absolutely frozen. It's clear as day because the rest, as it pans out, the southern part of the sea is not frozen.
It's not frozen yet.
So yeah, there's clearly something there for a reason, but I don't. It's just I'm honestly perplexed by that. That if the wall was just up this whole time and it means nothing, and they decided they didn't go around to any other winter or nothing. So I don't know. We'll see how that happens.
Yeah, no. It's
or
going back to the Hound's vision, though. I swear it is.
It does, and what they left out.
Yep.
All right, let's see. We are
Tara Main. Thank you so much, Tara. It says, thank you for putting out such amazing reviews, etc. You guys are awesome. It's really all him, and you do your videos, your solo videos kill it, dude. I love them all.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Do you think Cersei will end up killing a dragon, or will it be one of the undead giants?
That's a good question. I'm thinking just based off of this episode alone, with the spear that Qyburn made, that it's kind of telling you they're going to kill one. I hate to say that though. God, I hate hearing myself say it.
And you're saying it because there's no other reason to set it up so.
Yeah, I mean, it could be just to scare the shit out of us, and they never even get a chance to use it, or they use it and they hit something else, or they miss, or I don't know. So it's really hard to tell, but they got to give Cersei a little bit of strength. They can't make it so overwhelming, which, again, though, that's why Euron took out the fleet of the Ironborn to kind of weaken Dany a little bit. So it's another one of those things where, it could help turn the tide and not make it so one-sided. Also, BLW again, thank you.
Thank you.
John never mentions Valyrian steel as a weapon against the White Walkers. Most of the lords have a sword that would help in the fight. Most of the lords actually don't. There are a lot of Valyrian steel swords in the book series, but in the show they've mentioned, 10 or so? But not in the north. There's not a lot of Valyrian steel in the north. So a couple should have some things. Trying to think right offhand, besides, because his sword, Longclaw, comes from, you had basically Longclaw and in House Mormont. And then, of course, that was at the Wall.
Right.
And then you had Ice, but not a lot of other northern lords have Valyrian steel.
But even if they did, that's just
Yeah,
that many.
exactly.
I mean, there's not. Everybody would need one.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's what we were saying a while back as far as Dragon Raised by Wolves, that's why Dragonglass would be more.
I'm sorry.
Exactly. That's why Dragonglass would be more important, because it's easier, quicker to come by, a lot more of it than Valyrian steel. So I don't think we're going to have like Gendry making a bunch of swords for everybody, because I do think that takes human blood. So that's just my opinion.
But it does seem like, as far as BLW is talking about, it does seem like John would at least mention it.
That's true.
And Valyrian steel.
And they do actually in the books, Ham and Sam do have that conversation about Valyrian steel. They call it Dragon Steel in the old scripts that he was reading in the library, that it does kill White Walkers. They couldn't stand against it. So they do have that conversation in the books. Let's see, Cutie2K12 again. Do you guys think Sansa will betray Jon? I don't. I think she will pretend to, but be playing Littlefinger the whole time. So I don't think it'll go that far. So thank you, Cutie.
The last season she did hold that info from him, and that has everybody
that's true.
So
that's true.
Perplexed.
Also, Mike Bullard, thank you, Mike.
Someone
asked if Jerm will play old Sam reading A Song of Ice and Fire to his grandkids. I like the idea of Winds of Winter comes out before season 8 filming. Yeah, I don't know if he'll do a cameo or not.
That would be cool to me.
He actually had a cameo in the pilot that never aired. So he was cut out of his own show.
That's funny as hell.
Because they wanted to redo the pilot. Although some of those scenes were from the original pilot in episode 1, Winter is Coming. So yeah, that would be kind of cool. And we did get some news that we should get at least one book in 2018. The question is that Fire and Blood or Winds of Winter? Maybe both, but it's 2018.
Right.
So at least another 6 to 8 months at the minimum. Probably longer than that, because he said he's still a couple months out from finishing Winds of Winter. So we'll see. Also,
Doc Holliday, our man, thank you, buddy. Says,
thank you, Doc.
Does Sansa marry Littlefinger under the weirwood and walk away thinking, now I got him, like Littlefinger did to Lysa?
Yeah, I mean, that's the impression when I was saying earlier about the look. That's the look that you described it for me, Doc. Thank you. That's the look, like, okay, yeah, that she's like absolute proof that he's fucked. You know what I mean? Or that he did this, and it may have something to do with Bran seeing what happened with Ned. So, yeah, I think so. That's the idea I get. George Sartiano again. Thank you, George.
Thank you.
There was clearly an accident in filming. She picked up with the right hand, then switched to the left. We talking about Arya?
I guess so.
Yeah, I'll have to when I watch the rewatch. What I have to do after we get off the stream, so I can take my notes for the review. Yeah, I'll actually pay attention to that for sure, because I saw her pull a needle, and then I was so focused on Nymeria coming, I was like, here she comes. I didn't catch the little hand thing, so definitely mention that, whatever it is, in the detailed review coming this week.
Thank you, though, George.
Oops, I jumped up somewhere.
Alex Meisner 057 says,
thank you, Alex.
Where has Ghost been? And what's up with that ridiculous sex scene with Grey Worm and the girl when he doesn't even have a wiener, LOL. Hey now.
Yeah. Well, it's setting up a tragedy is what it's doing.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it was an emotional scene in the sense you felt so horrible for Grey Worm, but it makes you think about it. The idea is you don't know when somebody's coming back from war. That's right. The idea. So it's setting up a tragedy is what it's doing. But Ghost, that's what we were saying earlier. It's like, why not? Jon should have said goodbye to Ghost at Winterfell before he went to see Dany. They should have made that a point. Because they showed Nymeria the same episode, and we want to see that reunion. Show Ghost. I mean, What is he, just in the kennels? He's out hunting. just to show ghosts, but they didn't. So now he's not going to be around for a while because Jon's going south. So he's got to be there with Sansa in Winterfell.
And I'm sorry, Alex Meissner, but honestly, there's a lot more to sex than,
yes,
penis and vagina and friction. It's like they were making love is what they were doing. It was a really
setting up the love tragedy.
Touching. Yeah, he's not coming back.
And I don't think so. Just a prediction. Maester in Training, thank you, Lauren. Where do y'all get sun drop? It's everywhere here. Rare here in Raleigh.
Everywhere you go here.
Yeah, it's this is where it was born and raised, so
That's
it's
right.
everywhere here. There's not a place that does not have it.
No.
Nerd Factor again, thank you, Nerd Factor. Fuck that, make it no. Next paycheck. Are we talking about I guess the charity stream, or maybe that's what we're talking about?
Yeah, you'll have to maybe message you on the back end.
Yeah, for sure. Send me a message on the back end of the channel or email me or something. All the links are in every description, or of course you can go, you know how to go to the about section of the page and message me there if we're talking about that. George again, thank you, George.
Thank you.
$20. Anything for St. Jude's. Thank you, George.
That's awesome.
I appreciate that. I will set that aside. Actually, can you write that down or just remind me?
Right here.
If we set something up, I'll set that aside, George. Thank you so much. We'll definitely do that. We'll do something for sure.
Yeah, we're definitely not prepared for that.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly. So I'll mark that down too.
Yeah.
To put that to the side for that for sure. Saint Michelob, thank you so much. What hasn't Brat of Bear Island claimed Longclaw? Yeah, that's a good question. They kind of glossed over that, but then again, maybe she's not aware of when Gior originally left for the Night's Watch, and aware of the ancestral sword of Mormont. So maybe she just don't know about it. That could come back into play since Jorah is apparently getting his skin ripped off and getting a cure. So I think we will see a conversation about that. But I mean, Lyanna may not just not know about it. All right, we're caught up on Super Chat, so let me double-check Streamlabs really quick, and I'll hop back in the regular chat. We probably are.
Because you went up and got his, but I think there were some below that.
Yeah. Oh, yes, that's true. Okay, that one, we got that one for sure. We got that one. Okay, there we go. You got that one. We got that one. Okay, so we're on this one.
Okay.
So... Is that DeLoco?
Yeah,
DeLoco, thank you. Keep it up. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We will. Promise.
Absolutely. And that was the one we were talking about with Corey. So we're here. The game 24-17.
Thank you.
Do you think Jon will take the Night's King's place in his death, realizing that the undead must always have a king, or does an army fall in the Night's King's death? Yeah,
we think
so.
It falls as soon as he dies, or the magic is undone, or something.
Right.
We think they fall.
That's what I think.
They were created
I
by
don't
the same
think
magic.
a lot of people, and I've said it as well. This repeats history a lot, and we know there was a pact before, and there was a pact between the White Walkers and Craster, for example. But I don't think this time, at the end of this thing, being the actual end of the A Song of Ice and Fire series, in the sense of the show at least, and the books, that it can end in another pact where they just go away. I think they have to be killed here. Because it's about people deciding to change, and I mean changing feudalism and all this stuff, and the patriarchy. So this time I think they have to, so if they don't, it's just going to be the same cycle forever. So I think they have to kill the White Walker, the Night King, in some way, and we've speculated that if he falls, the rest of them go. Because he was the first.
Exactly.
And created the rest of them. So.
Yeah.
Also, Tyrion Shadow on Streamlabs. Thank you, Tyrion Shadow. Love y'all. The opening sequence. Notice the frost ice creeping up further south, episode 2. King's Landing still has Baratheon sigil when she was named Cersei of House Lannister. Exactly. First of her name, there are lions all over the snow in King's Landing. Why she is not a stag. I agree. I said
He
this.
keeps saying this.
Beginning of the episode, I rewound it before we continued and said, let me check King's Landing again.
Yes.
Still a Baratheon. It should not be a Baratheon now because she is not a Baratheon. They do not keep that name, right? They do not keep that name, especially since Robert is dead. She is of House Lannister. The kids keep the name Baratheon. Tommen is gone. It should be, if she is the queen, it should be a lion there. But what are they doing that for? They're not missing that on purpose.
No.
So what are they telling us? I don't really know. some people may say Gendry or something, but it's usually current. Is my point. So yes, it technically should be a lion right now. So I don't know what they're going to do with that or why they're doing it. Let's see. Also, Rakan 67. Just a wish Dany will be so hot for Jon when he refused to bend the knee. She is so used to having men throw themselves to her. I think at the end she would jump Jon like a wild dragon.
You may be
I
right.
agree. I think that's
turn
true.
Her on so much.
Yes, that is true. Good point. So I think that will be part of. I think right off the bat she will be infatuated with him at least.
Yes, because he has a way of standing his ground and not being an asshole.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
It'll definitely turn her
I
on.
think you're right. That'll start it for sure. Also, Carrie Nevis, thank you, Carrie. Another Patreon. Thank you so much. Perhaps that the others could cross whenever they wanted, but haven't, and is another indication they want to negotiate a new pact, along with letting Bran live so he can translate for them once they reach the Isle of Faces, referred to Dragon Raised by Wolves Parts 1 through 4. Yes. I question that, though. The whole thing about this, they could just walk around the wall the whole time. Would that undermine all that history of the Night's Watch and the wall and how they protected it and whatever? And we know wildlings scale the wall all the time and raid little villages up north. In certain winters, they can walk around the wall too. Maybe, I don't know. It's weird to me. I'm really struggling to figure out exactly where they're going with that. If they can just walk around, or something has to happen first, or if they just decided not to walk around for 8,000 years. And it does kind of support what we're talking about in Dragon with, reacting to something.
Mm-hmm, that's what I believe.
But it's like, I don't know. I don't know if I can buy that either. But waiting on it.
It makes me think that death and destruction isn't their only play.
Yeah, or...
Because if that was, then they wouldn't have waited all these thousand years.
Yeah, right. So it could be that they decided since something has happened, whether it's his birth, or whether it was too much stuff with wildlings encroaching up north further and further, that they decide, okay, this was our land from this original pact, and now you guys have come too far. We don't mind a few stragglers here and there, because they should understand that everybody don't know that pact. I guess. I don't know. But, it's really, really odd. It's really odd. But it would kind of be funny at the same time. Like, this whole time, the wall meant shit. So... All right, so let's take a few more. We're at 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Awesome.
Carol Brown has a question. Thank you, Carol. Grabbing it for
Carol. Todd
Brown. Q&A, what would Jon think of what Arya has become? He would absolutely hate it. So that's why I think it's important for her arc to start to go back to getting away from the list.
Right.
So yeah, they're different people, and that's what's going to happen a little bit with Sansa and Sansa and Arya. When they meet, it's going to be like, okay, hey, you're alive, huggy, and then like, wait a minute, what you been doing? No, what you been doing? Well, I've been this. Well, check out all the shit I've been through. It's going to be one of those things, two totally separate people. So I think that's kind of part of the idea. And yes, Jon and Arya were very close, and he would hate that she's become this, vengeful, raging machine.
Maybe the Nymeria meeting is a foreshadowing of those meetings.
Yeah.
Where they look at each other, you're like happy at first, and then you're like, oh, you're not.
A wolf and a wolf, you know? A wolf and a wolf?
Yeah. Oh, man. Look there. Maester in Training says only 7 likes away from 2,000. Hit the like button.
Really? Yes. Oh, there we go.
We got it.
We hit 2,001 likes.
That's
Thank you guys so
cool,
much.
Man.
Awesome. Let's see here. There's Amanda Brooking, the new mod. I just now saw your name for the first time.
Thanks for the help.
Yes, thank you so much. And I'm sorry I haven't been able to see this chat much tonight.
I know you'll probably grabbed a million questions, and we haven't been able to see them.
Okay. Carol has another one from Heather Brady. Q&A, do you think Qyburn may just injure a dragon so he can try to control it somehow? I would not be surprised by that, but then again, I think if you're shooting a giant-ass arrow with a barbed spike, you just kind of get what you get, right? You either kill it or you injure it and just kind of go with the flow. So whether he's planning that or not, I don't know, but I could see him like creeping up if an injured one and trying to do something with it, to capture it, to study it. So yeah, I can see that for sure.
If they just catch it, and they're going for a wild ride. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's not going to end well.
Yeah, hopefully if they do injure, at least he takes out a lot of people before he dies.
Hell yeah.
Whichever one it may be. Kamo asks, Q&A, do you think the dragons will respond to Jon Snow? Or how do I think? Yeah, I think that's part of the tease this year. I think he does meet him at Dragonstone. Danny will probably take them down to the caves. We saw the behind-the-scenes trailers with the caves and stuff. But Dragonglass, Jon meets the dragons, and they like him. And Tyrion, kind of like Tyrion when he let him out of the pyramid. And they're going to be like, wait a minute. Danny's trying to kind of be like the queen bee a little bit and stand up, say, "Look what I got," and then they go down and lick Jon's face.
That's good. And
she's going, "What the fuck? I was trying to scare this motherfucker."
Yeah.
So that's exactly what's going to. We're going to get teased with RLJ. I'm telling you.
Maui Side says the dragon will bow to Jon and everybody will be left in awe.
Yeah, something
pretty
to that
much
effect.
Something like that, exactly.
Amanda, does you have a question from AT? Be nice. What is your? Okay, she's trying to get a question from somebody, I believe. Jay Scar from Steph Snow, was Littlefinger asking Jon if he could date Sansa? Yeah, pretty much. When he said I loved her like I love Catelyn, that's when he said, "Fuck no, you touch my sister, I'll kill you myself." Basically, kind of saying, yeah, I like her. This is why I'm here. And Jon ain't having none of that. So, let's see. What do we got here?
Guys, could you let us know if we have missed any, say, of your super chat questions?
Yes,
or Streamlabs?
Please do.
Because it's kind of easy to miss one in all the chaos, so we don't want to sign off and miss
we
somebody.
should see the super chats, but then again, we did have a section of them that kind of reappeared or something. Just checking one thing really quick. Everything's still sounding good, I think. No packets are being lost or anything.
Very good.
Just want to make sure. That's what I'm trying to get to for later. Okay. Let's see. Carol has another question from Hope Durham.
All right.
Q&A. Do you catch the foreshadowing of Sam's comment to the Maester that in his title of the book, needing to be more poetic, he had a song of ice and fire? Yeah, I didn't catch. I asked him. I was like, "Did you catch that title?" Because I saw the camera on it.
Right.
And I didn't see it in time. We were kind of in a rush.
We couldn't rewind.
And I couldn't rewind. I was trying not to rewind so we could make sure we started the stream on time.
Right.
So yes, I will be definitely looking at that and mentioning, I'm sure, in the review. But I didn't catch the title itself.
Ooh, Jack Flash right there.
Jack Flash, maybe Howland Reed can be the translator. He spent a long time in the God's Eye. Exactly, and I think that's where he's at.
Because somebody said, Bran could translate. Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Absolutely. I do think he kind of fits in that role at least. Maybe not direct translator because the children, at least in the show, can speak the common tongue. Now in the books, maybe it's the old tongue where men don't know that. So yeah, that could fit in. But I think
he's definitely.
Yeah, he's studying there for whatever studying means with the Order of the Green Men. So I think that's exactly where he comes in, at least at that location. Tarzan, thank you. Tarzan has one from Matthew. As Padaria, or Azo Party. I know that I've completely screwed it up, Matthew. I apologize. Q&A, who was that being hung at the end of the ship at the end? I missed who it was. Thanks, Chris and James. That was either Obara or not Tyene, Obara or Nymeria. That was both sand snakes were there.
Okay, yeah.
Obara was either, I couldn't see which one was which, but you could see their clothing. So Obara, I think, was hanging, and I think Nymeria was kind of stuck with the big blade, or vice versa. So it was the two sand snakes for sure.
Will you answer Steph Snow's question? Because that's got me curious.
Yes, Steph Snow. Question Q&A. Bran has a lot of connecting the dots to do. He can't do it all in 5 episodes, can he? Yeah, well, technically no, but with the way they're doing the time in the show, he can. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You can see how much time is passing between, like, people getting ravens is a week, traveling from here to there is months. Mm-hmm. So the way they're doing the time in the show, yeah, he can kind of start piecing all that together.
In our time, it doesn't seem like it. But
right, so just think about the time between scenes and stuff, of how much time's actually passing on the show. All right, let's see. We are at where are we at? We're at 2 hours and 47 minutes. Damn, this flies by.
It really does. We went 229 last week.
So I guess let's take a few more. I don't know what you're wanting to do. It's 121.
We can hit 3 hours if you like.
I know people like to need to go to bed too, but Bueno says from Carol, Bueno 305, Drogon will get shot down.
They're trying to set it up to look like that.
Yes,
like Chris said, I'm sorry, but like you said,
No,
you know how they used that specific skull.
Yes.
You know, I think they're setting it up.
Yeah, if they're equating Balerion the Black Dread with, Drogon,
right?
Yeah, it very well could be. Amanda, are you going all night? Good night. If you're going,
no, she's saying let's go all night.
Oh, shit. Yeah, okay. Yes. That would be fun.
We still have to eat.
That'd be fun. Yeah, we have to eat and stuff too because we hadn't ate. we don't have to. This is like an all-day event. It's just an hour show. Let's see. John says, John Constantine, where is Ghost? Good question. They should have showed him today in this episode at least. CGI, I don't know. He should have been there. I guess he's off hunting somewhere, but they should have showed John saying bye to him too.
Well, son of a bitch, Clint Eastwood.
Damn, we got Clint Eastwood in the house. Still up. Whoa, you guys are good. Yep, we're still going.
Well, thank you, Dirty Harry.
Let's see. Corey Wilson asks also Q&A. What's up with Olenna Tyrell and her "be a dragon" statement? Also, why throw Tyrion under the bus? Was she trying to help Dany survive, or was something self-serving there? I think she was actually trying to help Dany, but she's just, it's to undermine Tyrion a little bit because of things that she knew about Tywin and stuff.
Right.
But it's kind of to balance the Tyrion taking over and being the leader, so to speak, and influencing Dany too much.
Yeah.
But Olenna's still kind of the old ways where they have to fear you. So it's kind of the balance there between like Dany being pulled in two directions. So I don't think she had any ill will, and I think she does support Dany for real. Obviously, she wants revenge any way she can get it, but I think she's still weary of a Lannister.
Yeah, I think so.
So,
but it was cool how Dany came to his side and was like, "Hey, you give him respect he deserves."
Absolutely, yeah, that was a very cool thing. Look, this is not. She was saying what we're all thinking. Like, this ain't fucking Jaime and Cersei.
Exactly.
So yeah, that was very cool. Okay, I thought I saw a couple super chats come in there. Okay, so yeah, Saint Michelob, yes, right again. Technically, Cersei still holds the Baratheon name. No, she should not. Actually, in this world, when the king's dead, she should be a Lannister again. So that's
yeah, that's hard to grasp, but yeah,
they don't marry into the family and become a Baratheon forever. Because it's royalty. The kids are Baratheons. That should be it. Willem Bonilla.
Thank you.
Thank you, Willem. Or William, I'm sorry. I'm thinking Willem as in Willem Derry in the books. I'm thinking old school names here. What if Jon refused to bend the knee so Dany tries to feed him to Drogon, but Drogon refuses to harm Jon?
That could happen.
That could be cool. She could try to use, set an example or something. I don't think Tyrion would let her go that far. I don't think she would even go that far, but
right, it
would be kind of a cool thing, like, all right, here you go, and then Drogon fucking licks his beard and cuddles with him.
It's gonna be a trip.
Yeah, that would be very cool. Good thought though, William, for sure. That would be cool. Carol again. Carol, thank you. I can't tell her not to do something; she'll slap me the next time at Con of Thrones. Did you notice how Balerion still looks so much like Drogon's profile foreshadowed? Yes. Yep. Yeah, and I'd have to look back now at season 1, but they changed that skull a bit, I think. Definitely a new skull there from the one Arya was hiding.
Yeah.
And not that they showed the whole thing before, but I'm sure that was a new skull.
Right. I'd double check there. I didn't see anything, but just to make a quick check.
Yeah, let me double check. So we'll take a couple more here, and we're getting close to 3 hour, our typical 3 hour mark.
Yeah, we got a few.
Let's see.
Wow.
Okay, so we did get Carrie.
One. So that one. That's
okay. So we're back at the game.
Thank you, the game.
Thank you. 24/17. Have you read about Ned Stark's theory of him being replaced by a faceless man for his beheading thoughts? I have, and I don't buy it whatsoever. And the reason I say that is not because I think there's stupid theory. I mean, there are crazy theories, but I don't discount plausible theories, anybody's for whatsoever. But if Ned's alive, that takes away from them actually being in danger, the main characters. It's not the same book if everybody can come back or everybody's swapped out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think Ned's absolutely dead. There was another one very similar where you saw the birds go by and that he warged into the birds.
Right. I remember that.
I know people.
That
That was kind of wishful thinking, I think. So like I said, the reason I'm saying that is not to say no. Theories are wrong. I'm all right. No, not at all. It's just that if you start doing that, and he set that tone very early.
Yes.
Main characters are in real danger, and that's what sets this apart from any other writer.
It does.
So
yeah, people would have lost. Yeah, if
you would have lost
coming back,
you would have lost respect for it, and the series would not have been the same. Carrie Nevis again, thank you, Carrie.
And if everything was a twist,
yes, absolutely.
It would get old.
Yeah, sometimes a spade is just a spade. That's
right.
all there is to it. That's why I try to approach this with. I mean, not that I'm right in necessarily anything or everything or will be. I'll probably get a lot of it or most of it wrong, but I tend to approach this whole thing a little more straightforward. Now, yes, there's details that has clues and all that stuff, but it's a lot more straightforward than people think. George Germ, as we call him, or George R. Squared Martin, as I call him, he just doesn't overuse tropes and things like that, like good guys in white and bad guys in black, and he reverses things and doesn't overuse. But there are, like, for example, the gray idea, right? There are straight assholes and evil people.
Yes.
Ramsay, Euron.
Yes.
They are not good whatsoever. So he just doesn't overuse those type of things.
Joffrey.
Exactly. Carrie again, thank you, Carrie. Nevis,
Thank you.
Perhaps the true reason for the wall has been lost over time, and it was never meant to keep the others out. Yeah, there's always been speculation about it was to keep us in, us as in humans, and then us away from their land. And people have speculated, okay, well, the wildlings were kind of born on the wrong side of the wall, and they've been spreading, obviously, and repopulating the area up north.
I see.
But
Okay.
at the same time, the White Walkers, when they made this a deal, if that was what's happened, they knew that when the wall was put up that there was already people there, and they haven't really messed with them for thousands of years either, north of the wall. So yeah, I do think there's some kind of twist on the wall though, as far as what it was. For example, the history says, and it's in the World of Ice and Fire, that the children helped with giants and helped Bran the Builder build this big ice wall.
Right.
There was even artwork of them pulling giant ice blocks.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's right.
But, if I remember right, there's a race of ice demons that can control ice and make ice weapons. It seems to me they may have pitched in on the wall, so maybe they were there in an agreement.
Absolutely.
All right, and Rakan 67, Dany will turn Mad Queen during the Field of Fire when she sees Grey Worm gets killed. My prediction. Thoughts? That's cool. Now, Grey Worm shouldn't be there. Grey Worm should be at Casterly Rock during because the Field of Fire, I believe, or whatever happens there, should be the Dothraki versus the Lannisters. So, but yes, maybe she hears of that right before then, or whatever, right before this battle, and she's really pissed off and jumps right on Drogon's back. And I mean, who knows? But it could be a good trigger, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. We're got about 4 more minutes, so we'll grab a few more questions here. I think we're caught up on everything. Maybe okay. There's one from Harsh.
Thank you.
Thank you, Harsh, from Super Chat. Do you think we may not get it moved? May not get Jon Arya reunion this season, as it does not seem like Jon can go back to Winterfell to the end of the season.
I agree.
I think it's certainly possible.
I think they're going to miss each other.
Yeah.
And they won't meet this season.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure, honestly, after because he's going to spend some time in the South and doing some other things, probably involving King's Landing, and I don't know if he gets back to Winterfell this season, but it could be at the very end, so we could see that, or maybe a cliffhanger but yeah, I could see it both ways. I could see it kind of happening very, very late, or, again, they don't get the full Stark reunion until Season 8. Let's see, also QD2K12 again, thank you. Thoughts? Bran is the White Walker king because he went back in time and tried to save the world. Jon will be very attracted to Dany. Jon's reaction to his true parents. Okay. I don't think Bran's the Night King only because he can't manifest himself physically back in time. So I've said that. I know there's a lot of theories about him being like other Brandons, Brandon the Builder, and I think it's cool if he influences Brandon the Builder, because you have a brand, you know, he's basically he's almost responsible for building the wall and possibly for bringing it down in some way. But I don't think he can manifest himself physically.
Right, he can eavesdrop, but he can't.
Right.
Like,
and we did see he actually watched him get turned in the show, so I think he would recognize they would have changed the actor or did something for that revelation then. As far as Jon being attracted to Dany, yes, I don't blame him. I mean, I don't know what else to say to that. Who wouldn't be?
Right.
And his reaction to his true parents, he's going to be mad. This is going to be very confusing for a while.
It really
It's not
is
going to be
gonna
like,
be.
oh, sweet, I'm really a fucking prince and I'm really the heir to the throne. No.
Nope.
Ned raised him as a father. He's going to be mad. He's going to be sad. He's going to be forgiving. All at the same time, he's going to understand eventually, but it's going to be traumatic.
It is going to be. It really is.
When he learns what's going on. All right, let's see.
Saint
Michelob again.
Thank you.
Thank you. From a redneck, thank y'all for the chat. Go Dogs.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Saint Michelob.
Michelob.
Enjoyed it so much.
Must be down there in Georgia.
Yep. Lo Horton, thank you, Lo.
Thank you,
Another
Lo.
Patreon, thank you so much. Heading to bed now. Thanks for the good chat. Yes, ma'am. No, thank you.
Thank
Lo
you
is another
so much, Lo.
executive producer on Patreon. So big shout out to all you guys
If
and
she
every
was-
Patreon for that matter.
If she was famous, you know her name would be Loho.
That's true.
You know,
That's true. Yeah, J Lo. Everybody gets the name.
shortened.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Let's see. All right, so we've got another 40 seconds or so, but
There's Amanda Brookings.
let's
Got
grab one
one.
more from Amanda. Okay, thank you, Amanda, for helping out tonight. By
Thank
the way,
you so much.
from Capital H, Cersei will do to the Sand Snakes what the Mad King did to Ned's brother and father Wildfire. I think it's very, very likely, actually.
Wow.
Yes.
I can see that. Capital
Because
H.
the cool thing about this, not that it's cool that they're going to die like
No,
that.
I was getting.
But the cool thing about setting that up like that is that Cersei has just warned everybody that Dany is the Mad King 2.0,
Right.
and she is actually the Mad Queen 2.0.
Absolutely.
While she's telling everybody else how fucking crazy Dany is.
Yes.
So absolutely, that would be poetic. I would hate to see that. I wouldn't want to watch that scene, but it makes sense completely. So yes, thank you, Capital H. All right, one more from J Scar.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, J Scar's grabbed. You haven't got a chance to talk about the specific scenes, but what do you think about Dany versus Varys? We did
That was
talk about
pretty
that.
intense.
Yeah, we did talk about early on J Scar, but I liked it. I liked the idea that they finally got to talk. We've always been wondering, like, he's done all this stuff and she ain't said a word to him.
Yeah, I know.
But I liked that he stood up to her.
Yes,
And said,
he
look,
really
I
did.
did this shit and I did it for my life too, and there's certain things I had to do to stay alive, but it got you here, and if you want blind loyalty, kill me now.
Yes.
You got to prove yourself and I'll help you out.
He said,
I
did this
love that.
for the people.
Exactly.
You know,
I love that.
I was raised in
conversation.
gutters and shit, woman. Don't,
Yeah,
don't.
exactly. I think that was outstanding. So
That was really good. They both said what they wanted to say.
yes,
how it
and I
needed to
think
be
there was a
said.
very much a mutual respect there.
There was.
One more. Lab says, or does that say? I'm sorry, I lost it, kind of, sort of. Lasb 1960. Who will kill Euron? I'll just go out on a limb, a werewood limb, and say Theon. I think Theon just set himself up for that tonight with his little
I'm
reek
gonna
moment.
write that down because I think you're right.
I think he set himself up with that reek moment right there, and Euron laughed at him for jumping over when he
Yes.
actually made the smart move to save Yara. All right, so I think we're all caught up. Let me double check. I think so. Yes, there. And let me check Streamlabs. But I don't want to leave anybody hanging. But I know everybody's got to go to work and all that good stuff, and talk around the water cooler tomorrow
Heck yeah.
about this. So yeah, we're all caught up. So we'll get out of here. We're a little over 3 hours. Again, thank you so much, guys, for hanging out on
Really,
Sunday night.
guys.
This is the second week in a row. I'm not sure. Somebody mentioned earlier we were on the trending, the live stream trending. I didn't see that or not, but either way, it doesn't matter. It was very cool. We had
and y'all were all a part of it, so we should
Absolutely.
all be happy.
Absolutely.
Collectively.
We had over 4,000 people. We broke the record from last week when we did get on trending, so I don't care,
When
whatever.
everybody was saying it was a fluke, we came on here this week and broke the record again.
That's right.
When I say
And it's-
we, I mean we.
Yes, we, not us, y'all.
This is a great
Carol
thing.
saying 4165 when she was watching at the max, and I'll be able to actually see that in the the numbers, the actual numbers later on after the stream is posted.
Awesome.
But anyway, thanks everybody for hanging out. These are fun to do. I'll get busy now. Another long week, another 90-hour week of videos. So I'll do probably the preview first and try to do that tomorrow, have it out tomorrow, which is a short little preview video of episode 3. And then a review, more detailed review video, review coming out at least by Tuesday, and I'll have it mostly done tomorrow night, I think, but I try to get at least by Tuesday, for sure by Tuesday, but hopefully Monday afternoon. And that's the usual. And then if there's any specialty things I pick up on, like in the episode, maybe a specialty solo video or something.
And I did drop a video tonight. I dropped it on you like 15 minutes before the show, so I understand nobody's had a chance to see it, but I'd like some critique, guys. If you would, go watch it, and then let me know, man. Don't be too harsh on me. It's my first one ever, and I edited it. And
actually, really quick, Carol, I don't know if you're Carol or Lala or whatever, if you had James's channel, I can grab it really quick and post it in there, because I don't have Nightbot posted or anything. Dust on the Throne, for anybody that didn't hear the name.
I don't think it's a masterpiece or anything, nothing groundbreaking, but it's my first shot at it. And if you would, and you're bored and you still got some time left in you, go check it out.
Yeah, so I'll post this a couple times here in the chat here. There we go.
Oh, damn. Thank you, brother.
That way, there you go. I spammed his channel, so go check out his first video, or second video, but first content-related video. So here, I'll post it a couple more times, so check that out.
Oh, man. Thank
also,
you,
I mentioned it very early in the stream. I tried to get the Proto Stark one last time.
Boom.
Shirts done earlier, but I didn't quite have time before we came on the or before we had to start watching the episode. But they are coming, so we will have those by next Sunday, and I'll let you guys know for sure. Also, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think so. I think that's good. So anyway, look forward to the regular videos. Thank you everybody for hanging out and subscribing and liking. Love you all. Check out James' first video. I just posted that in the channel. And a huge shout out to my Patreon people. I'm just telling you right now.
He's overwhelmed.
I'm going through. I was just going through paying, bills.
Yeah.
The other day, and
that touches him, guys.
I'm telling you,
I hear about it every day.
I literally, I'm paying my bills, and it's you're allowing me to do that, to be able to do this, and I can't say thank you enough.
It means so much.
So I'm altering some things on there as well on Patreon, so be on the lookout for that. And a huge shout out to everybody on here that helps moderate.
Really, guys.
Jay Scar, Mark Joseph, the Snow and Winterfell, Amanda, first night moderating. Thank you, Amanda. Carol Brown, you are a superstar. She's working on other stuff as well to help out the channel. Wendy Snow, Lala Gig, Marilyn Bentley. She's also, I didn't see Marilyn here tonight. I could have just missed her name. Celine, I'm not sure where she's been. The Order 1814, thank you so much to you as well.
And Tarzan drops in when he can.
Jay Scar, Tarzan from Trial by Trivia.
And Nightbot, thank you.
Yes, and Nightbot, absolutely the star. He will fuck you up.
He really will.
No, Tarzan, I just got you. I got you, man. That bastard
that's
Tarzan.
Funny.
So yeah, Jay Scar, thank you so much. So anyway, guys, I'll let you go to bed so we can get busy, or I can get busy. We got to go to bed too, but I got to watch the show again.
Somebody say something about Mike Bushnell. Didn't get to see you tonight.
Yeah,
Mike,
I
saw
something fly by earlier,
but
I didn't get to see the comment. I'm sure it had something to do with Ramsey.
Damn it,
for sure. So thank you guys. Thank you everybody for hanging out. And again, look for the review video, the preview video, probably a specialty video in there. Also the podcast again, the Side Effect Podcast. A new episode is out. That again is with me, Roarist, Val from McCullough's Geek, Kevin from Bat Productions, Tarzan from Trial by Trivia.
It's awesome.
New episode, episode 8 is out, where we talk about episode 1. So that's on that channel as well, and you can find that in any link on my videos.
There's Mimi.
Oh, we got Mimi Got Fan.
You'll see that teddy bear you gave me in my video,
yes,
Mimi.
Yes, and I have Riddick sitting right over here, actually.
Yeah, I'm looking at it
thank you
now.
so much, Mimi. Met her at Con of Thrones. But, all right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. And we will do this again next Sunday, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. Be there or be square. So enjoy your week. Look forward to those videos. And we'll see you Sunday night for Episode 3, The Queen's Justice. See you then.